attention to a sound, the one that's coming from your mouth. Don't mean to turn it upside down, I really wanna hear you out. I can't know how it is to be where you so calmly sit. When I'm further my own, there it is, catching only part of it. To just be, to really see something other than just me. To lean in, look around, open up to the sound. If I could give you more than half an ear, if I could give you more than half an ear. I hit the brakes, throw stones into a quiet lake. What is it you're really saying? I turn the thoughts to little waves, space on either side of every single word I write. I found you in another line. Notice all the time it takes to just be, to really see something other than just me. To lean in, look around, open up to the sound. If I could give you more than half an ear, if I could give you more than half an baby, you know I can make a mess, I can make a scene. Help me get the picture, I'll read in between. I'll give you more than half an ear.
Well, I left Chattanooga, boy, had $1 and a dime. Headed out for Nashville on the Hard Rock Line. I'm working on that old steamboat and learned to rob and steal. When my feet had touched dry land, how happy I did feel. Been saving every penny for to make up through the fall. Working for that dollar, but it never adds up at all. But coming around the river bank where the old train was so sane, the very next thing you hear from me, I've been tied to a ball and chain. tomorrow, reckon I don't know where I'll be. But if it wasn't for that old sheriff, I'd be back in Tennessee, playing cards and crap games, not looking for the score. And if I ever get back home again, I'll never roam no more. Gather round, you good time boys, listen to my song. May not know better, but I know you know right from wrong. Buy yourself a postcard so you can see the lights of town. Find yourself a country girl, keep quiet and settle down.
And now with great fanfare,
get ready to meet someone special. Check it out. Motivation and inspiration, just as good as pineapple on pizza.
Congratulations.
You scream, we scream, we all scream for...
it's the Vaping Heat on Mixin' and Chillin' with Hunky Vape. Hello, and welcome everyone. Hopefully we're going to be dangle clock free today. My internet's already cut out a couple times today. Kenny and I have been sitting here yapping back and forth, and neither one of us had our camera on the whole time in the Zoom meeting. So, there's one dangle clock.
What we're like. Show me the
Stanton
simple,
Glance isn't on screen today.
it's the simple things in it that cause the issues.
Yep, and as you guys can tell, Kenny's got himself a little bit of a cold.
Yeah. Oh yes. Poorly. I'll live.
Never a dull moment. You know how it goes.
God damn it, I mean, this vaping's very difficult as well.
I did get both of our weathers to show up on screen and both of our times, so everybody understands that it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon for you, and it's noon here for me.
Hang on a minute.
I saw you guys had some major rain earlier today.
Yeah, we've got it's a bit windy and showery. But well, this time of the year, it's rather warm for this time of the year because we're getting some kind of heat or warm air coming up from the south. It's pushing all the crap we get from America and the Atlantic away at the moment, you see.
The temperature is identical where you're at and where I'm at. The only difference is the humidity.
Yeah. I don't know where you get 84%, like for us, it's not that warm.
Yeah, at only 58% over here.
Oh, we're hotter than America. Yay!
But there's a little tidbit of information for everybody out there. It's going to be a wonderful day today. I got my package from Flavrz, so we're going to have a nice vape mail today, opening the thing up. And retro vape for today is the KangerTech CUPTI 2.
Very cool.
I even had to look up and watch a YouTube video to see this thing. Form factor looks like the Aspire Play-Doh. But it does have a 510 connection, so you can just slap a dripper on it today and try out some new flavors.
Proper blast from the past, that one, man. Jesus.
Yeah. Excited about that. Get to finally open this thing up, give this thing a try. But you could tell this thing is 6 years old. The max output on this device is 80 watts, and it's a dual battery box mod.
There's still no wrong with 80 watts, man. A lot of people still vape that today, if not that. I mean, that much hasn't changed in 6 years when you think about it, has it?
No, I mean, how often do you really vape over 80 watts?
Very, not right, especially with this throat, not at all, but very, very, I mean, it's normally like on me bigger mod, you know, but just for me, you know, like you run of the mills, like, you know, that, you know, I'm about 60 to 80 average, you know, depends how I feel, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really push, because sometimes, like, it's always having a build-in where you can get up to 100 and odd watts, but it's the juice as well, because like you say, if you gone too hot, you just cook your juice, you know, and it tastes vile, so, yeah, I've got to take that into consideration when you pump the wattage up.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time, though, where you have the stock coil sub-ohms, and even when we do the RBAs, and we keep the coils very modest in these things. Yeah. I mean, unless you want to do some cloud chucking competitions and throw some massive, you know, honking coils in there that you need to plow that high wattage into it to get, you know, the big clouds and get the right temperature and airflow curves to match up. I mean, you don't really need it for most of the stuff out there.
Well, like you just hire low building a mech and there you go.
Yeah.
You'd think.
I still am really chuffed about this thing. When we went camping this past weekend. My wife scheduled this back almost a year ago. Relatives of hers came out, rented a state park cabin for us to stay in over the weekend, even though the camping season's technically closed here. But it was fantastic just to get away and just clear my brain. And I did jump on Twitter a couple times, but realistically, I just kept all of it off to the side. We sat there and ate and drank and sat around the campfire, had a good time, and just an enjoyable weekend.
It was, man. That's what you want. Just chill out, man.
But it just shocked me. Being able to take something small like this, I would have never thought that would be enough to satisfy me. You know, I was so convinced I needed some big box mod.
There you go, I'm still on mine. That's what I'm on there, dear. Still the original coil as well. How long on it? Nearly 2 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
Still the same coil.
Same here for me. And I love the fact, you know, I can just swap the coil out if I want a different flavor.
I'm chugging along on... It's got a 0.6 ohm coil in. Now I'm chugging along on 22 watts. Lovely.
16 watts. Because I got the 0.8 ohm in here. And it's the flavor from this pod candy. I just can't get over it.
And now you need to send us a link for that. I forgot to get that off you. I need to get some of that stuff.
I don't know if they're selling it online. The concentration that this one is in UK compatible. It's 5%. You guys are limited at 2% over there. So we've got that lined up for today. I've also got some vape mail. Gotta watch the barcodes. Got some vape mail for some stuff to review. There's an aux bar, and I've got the XLIM SQ. Oxford was kind enough to send it over to me and said, listen, if you like that one, you're going to like this one. They apparently watched my video and they were happy with what it looked like. And they were like, listen, your wife didn't like it because it had a screen on it. Here's the SQ. Take a look at that one. So I have a feeling she's going to take that one.
Why not?
So that's all lined up.
Oh, God.
Fragile. Not from Italian. Not from Italy. Fragile came from Flavrz. So here's their concentrates. And they look like they drop kicked the thing. The side was all open. There's this little tiny tab right here was the only thing holding it closed.
Jesus.
So I'm like, okay, let me see this thing. I got it. And I peeked open and I'm like, it's full. I think everything's in here. So we'll get to take a look at that. We're going to try ourselves a new one shot today from Flavrz. I got some more flavoring ingredients from them. I'm going to have to clean off my shelf. And we're going to have to make up some recipes using just their stuff. I mean, I really liked it as individual taste testing and whatnot, but I've dabbled more into actually customizing recipes because last week we did that watermelon and we did the white Choco Mocha. Well, I've been vaping on that thing and that's more like an espresso than it is a chocolate mocha or a milk chocolate.
The chocolate not coming through on that, no?
He was right. I should have listened to him. You know, they said that they always cut their coffee down or they thin it out before they use it in recipes. And I'm like, nah, this should be all right. It's 1%. How strong could it possibly be? Yeah, well, I enjoy it. I like it. But it's like a very strong black coffee with a hint of cream and a hint of chocolate. Not what we were going for.
Why not?
So yesterday, I made some, reformulated it.
Oh.
So we're going to give that a try today and see how it is. I hope it's more like what we were going for. Milk chocolate.
See?
How's your juice that you got?
Sorry?
How's that juice you got?
Which one?
You like it? Something's different here. Hold on.
Which one? I can't remember. Which one? Which juice? What botanical?
The one that came with your pod. Didn't they give you a free one or something?
No. Oh, that was vile. That got hired out. It was disgusting. It was supposed to be a vanilla or a custard thing. No. It wasn't vanilla as in sweet vanilla. It was literally like vaping on a vanilla pod.
Oh.
It was orange. Oh, it was bitter. Very bitter.
Well, that's not good.
And he had like a tank out of it, and I was like, oh no. It was that bitter. You were actually coughing off it, you know what I mean? I thought, wow. I was a bit disappointed with it.
What flavor was it supposed to be?
It was supposed to be like, was it vanilla donut? I think it was supposed to be, but it was just a bitter vanilla. And I thought, you know, for a 50-50, the flavor would have been a bit better. But oh, nah, it was horrible.
Yeah, and for a donut, you would think it would have some kind of sweetness to it and the donutty flavor, the pastry flavor.
If it did, it disappeared because the vanilla was just overpowering, and it was just like. It was a very bitter vanilla. It wasn't like it was like a vanilla pod. You know, if you just took a bite of a vanilla pod, it was like, ooh, it was like that. Horrible. Oh, I thought, nah, can't be doing that. So it went the journey. Sorry.
I'm excited for you to be able to get a package from Flavrz because once you do, it's going to open up your world to a bunch of possibilities. You get a flavor like that, and now you'll be able to fix it.
Yeah, it's on route. He's been shooting his messages and stuff. So it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, it took a week longer for me to get it than what the original estimate was that the post office sent me.
I mean, well, he's literally, he is on the other side of the world to where we are. So
he is literally.
You know what I mean? You can expect this kind of stuff, like, you know what I mean?
You're way up north, he's way down south, and he's literally on the opposite side of the world. You could go straight down and, find your way to him.
Literally opposite poles, pretty much. I mean,
yep. And something you'll figure out is these one shots aren't just limited to being used as a one shot. You can take one shots and combine them as a regular flavoring.
He did messages. I said you can have the one shot its own, or you could use it with another one and mix something up with it. He said they're not just, so I can't wait. Really can't wait. Looking forward to it. Hopefully, like all this stuff will be gone as well, because my taste is not that great either at the moment. So
yeah, it's kind of hard when you have that congestion and you're feeling down with the cold or flu or whatever. You lose all sense of taste, and it just doesn't give you as much stuff as you would normally expect to have.
I feel like a bit of deja vu. Obviously, when you were doing the videos, when you had the COVID, I'm sitting here now like that. You know what I mean?
Now you know how it feels.
It's all awful.
It's just like, okay, so what am I supposed to do now? Because it's like, can I accurately review anything at this point? I can't taste nothing. I can't smell nothing.
Well, thankfully, I got my last review out before this hit, like, so I'm out of the mood.
Yes, I did get notified. I'm still working on the Discord server, and I did get notified you uploaded a video, but I didn't properly format it, so it didn't like load the thumbnail and everything into the Discord server. That is something soon to be coming up. Definitely going to be done before Thanksgiving here, and get everybody an invite to the Discord server, and you'll be able to see one of the wonderful things that's going on is, you know, when you guys do your first chat, and I see the printer for some reason isn't working today. Not sure what's going on. OBS had a new update put out, and it messed a bunch of stuff up. But I see the printer's not printing. I have it set up to print the first chat messages that everybody has. And it also automatically uploads that first chat message to the Discord server so that, you know, it isn't just the people that put super chats out there that actually get the recognition and, you know, for coming to the live stream.
Just touching on what we're saying there, like, Flavrz is there in chat, and he says freight is an absolute nightmare at the moment around the world. They send the planes once and they're full of freight, but they used to send as per schedule. So he says it's just a pain in the arse at the moment. It's fine, mate. Like I say, it's near rush. Absolutely fine. Appreciate all.
We'll get to it. It will eventually get there.
Yeah.
So we got dangle clocks galore, unfortunately, between the OBS update and all these other pieces of software that just got updated. A lot of the ones I've had right now moved out of their beta phase, like Voice Meter Potato. I was, you know, using a beta version. They just put out a new release 5 days ago. I'm like, I'm not touching it. I already messed up, you know, changed up enough stuff already. It's going to be impossible to track down what's wrong if I can't, you know what I've changed 5 things this week. I can't go back and fix it because I don't know what to start.
Yeah.
So that's to another agenda. Like Stanton Glance isn't working and the printer's not working, so we don't need his camera mug on that face anyway. So let's take a look and say hello to everybody that is in chat. We'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. And take a look and get a list of participants. Dusty Country Road, Flavrz, hello and welcome. Free Ride Vapor, hello and welcome. Ian Thomas, hello. Pam Spraggins, Sean Lynch, Vapor Queen Becky, William Dobson. Thank you for all of you showing up today, and hope you enjoy the festivities before us on this wonderful election day. I'm a hypocrite today.
There's Flavrz comment. He says, UK customs are working out if the commercial samples attract duty at your end. There's a surprise. They'll bring in charge you import duty. Honestly, our customs are so greedy. Honestly, they're absolute Lord. Oh, it's unbelievable.
The thing is, as samples, I don't understand why it would attract a duty. It just doesn't make any sense.
That's what they like, but over here. That's why
you made a comment a couple weeks back about how, you know, as reviewers, even if you're just a hobbyist reviewer, when a company sends you something, there's still the value of the product that they send you.
Yeah.
I beg to differ with you on that. When you get to be the point where you're doing it as a reviewer, even as a hobbyist reviewer, you have boxes and boxes of stuff. You don't need any more stuff.
It's ironic, like I say. I mean, here buying and selling the US to the US is a nightmare for taxes, but yet you can get stuff from China, no bother, nothing, no taxes, nothing. What you pay for, it comes to you, no taxes. Yeah, it's probably a similar distance away from the UK. You know what I mean? If not, you know, it's just crazy, man. They just keep moving the goalposts all the time for it.
All the time. But getting back to that whole argument there is just, what value does a new product actually have to you? It's not the same as just a regular consumer out there.
I know.
You already have 50 mods and 50 tanks and all this other stuff out there. There's no actual intrinsic value to you getting a new product, short of being able to use it as a prop for a new video. So I would argue that these samples There's no reason to tax them because they have no intrinsic value.
I mean, normally, like I say, you normally pay taxes on purchases anyway, so I don't see like why you still have to pay taxes when they come here, you know what I mean? That's if you purchase something, obviously.
Mm-hmm. It was just changed in the last 12 months.
Yeah,
Commercial samples do not usually have an issue.
Yeah, you're right. They don't normally.
But all the governments have gotten greedy. Did you notice that?
Of course I have.
They were so generous, during when COVID hit and said, listen, we're going to take care of you people. You have nothing to worry about. We're going to force you to stay at home, but we'll send you a check, to help cover the cost. And we're not going to allow people to come after you for money right now. And now all of a sudden it's like, okay, all that money went out of the coffers. And it's going to have to be made up for at some point, somehow.
Well, this was people's ignorance here because obviously those businesses that were getting grants and all this stuff and they're saying it's not alone, but I says, at the end of the day, you'll be paying for it. I says, whether it be through your taxes or whatever, you will be paying for it. You don't get nothing for nothing in this world. Very, very rarely do you get nothing for nothing in this world, especially of your bloody governments. You know what I mean?
And the thing that really surprises me that people don't ever understand is when they give money, like perfect example, student loans, right? They're giving all the people in the United States that have student loans $10,000 of debt relief from their student loans. Does that actually benefit the loan borrowers? Or is it more beneficial to the banks?
Possibly.
The banks are getting a massive infusion of cash right now.
I think, yeah, like you can get like loads of student grants to study and pass, get all your qualifications, whatever you're studying. But as soon as you start full-time employment, then you've got to start paying it back.
And you're still going to have to pay it back. $10,000 isn't going to cover anybody's student loan. Where can you go to school besides a community college for $10,000 and get a degree? That might cover one semester of community college.
Might get a couple of exercise books out, but you'd be all right.
Well, that's the ironic part of it. Community college tuition is dirt cheap, but you're going to pay as much for the books as you do for the tuition.
Yeah.
$500 for a textbook that you're only going to use that one semester. And then when you go to sell it, it's got no value.
Or it's old news that have brought someone else out.
And they're constantly changing it. They're always making new editions for each semester so that your book has no value when you try and sell it for the next kid taking the class next semester. Good luck.
It's a similar thing. I mean, like I say, technology as well is another culprit for it. When I've done my time in engineering, we had to learn trigonometry and fucking logarithms and all that shit. You don't need it now. Machines do it for you. You just put two known values in and bump, away it goes. You don't need to know it all now. It's weird. It's just stuff
even calculus is like, do you really need to know calculus?
This is it, man. You just computers and machines can just do it all for you now. You don't need to know it.
Going back to my high school days, our class was the first class to use a graphing calculator.
Way. Wow.
And we still had to draw it out on paper.
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Never a dull moment.
Especially like now when you're doing courses and all that stuff, right? You've got the old-fashioned way you write down pen and paper, but with the internet and all the new computer shit you've got now, it just doesn't happen anymore, does it? Good. Where's your homework? Here on this USB stick.
Exactly. Unreal.
How times have changed, eh? Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Here it is, Election Day. And I need to remind everybody, those who cannot learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
Yeah. They know what the saying
By the
is.
way, the left and the right wing belong to the exact same bird. And in my opinion, it's become nothing but a bird of prey.
Oh, yes.
It was funny because I was doing the research for this week's news to try and, cover some stuff. And I'm like, I'm not even going to do vape stuff. There's nothing really good to talk about. And then I got infuriated because I came to read the local newspaper was publishing something about the school district around here that has changed their policies. Mallory Gates, you're wonderful about telling people, parents need to parent their kids, right? And hold them accountable for breaking the law. Why is it that we have to pay the penalty for kids that are breaking the law and forfeit more of our rights to be able to access safer products so we don't smoke? So what's the school district doing? Care to guess?
I'm not even going to.
They're increasing efforts to help students quit smoking and vaping. Yeah. And the school district will be taking less punitive, more helpful approaches to students caught violating its tobacco and vaping policy for the first time. No, don't worry about it. We're going to send you to detention, in-school detention, and we're going to indoctrinate you like good little Hitler children. So we're going to send you to this Adiago Health Services, where they're going to teach you about how bad it is to use nicotine products and how tobacco and vaping are the same thing.
Right on.
And you're not going to become part of the tobacco resistance unit.
Oh. Oh my God, it's unbelievable.
This is legit what they're doing to these kids.
Really?
They're taking them and putting them into a Saturday camp. It's Smokeless Saturday. We're all going to sit around on a Saturday and talk with people about how, because you were possessing tobacco and or nicotine products on school property, well, you just volunteered another one of your days to further indoctrination of our propaganda.
Unbelievable.
And this is all separate organizations.
Wow.
Pennsylvania Alliance to Control Tobacco. Policy and action for healthier Pennsylvanians. Forget about the fact that you're just going to be driving up cigarette smoking rates when you eliminate the product that people are using to quit smoking. Can't be bothered by that. Mm-mm.
Oh, it's absolutely bad.
So this is what it reminded me of. The Hitler Youth and the indoctrination that Hitler had of the children.
Yeah.
All wearing the same uniform. Same curriculum.
Everything.
Government approved curriculum. Yeah.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
See, people say, I'm an extremist, but you know what? Show me how I'm not accurate about what they're doing to the kids today.
Like you said, history.
They gave them all same t-shirt to wear, and they're all, being propagandized about how bad this is. Yeah, I agree. Smoking combustible tobacco is bad. It's very bad for society. It's very bad for the individuals. But you're giving up your autonomy and your choice to make whatever decisions you want. And they wonder why, there's so many people out there that bash people for smoking. And it's not just smoking. Once you get into this group, it's all about all drugs.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my 2 cents.
It's crazy stuff.
My little rant. I'm sorry. You guys are here for mixing and chilling, but
Yeah, rock and roll. You gotta get stuff up your chest as well, mate.
how is this not any different?
I know. Hey, William Dobson just said government should be afraid of the people, not the people scared of the government. Good point.
Yeah. But the reason that isn't the case is because they constantly have us at bats and at odds with each other, thinking that we all stand on different sides of an aisle, because people forget that the Republican Party and the Democratic Party came out and open and revealed themselves to the nation as nothing but the right wing and left wing of the same bird of prey. And that's from the 1920s, when this guy tried to form the National Party so that it wasn't just a right wing and a left wing, that there was a centrist wing that believed in centrist values and didn't divide the nation into two sides.
Kind of similar over here. We've got like righties and lefties. Then we've got centre, and then we've got like centre left, centre right. Oh, it's just, whoa, man, you know. God damn it.
And it was funny because when I was doing the research on it, I saw the same thing. You know, they were talking about the Tories, and I don't remember what the name of the other party is, and how they purposely divide them. You know, when you look at the overall values of an individual person, and regardless of what country you live in, we all pretty much agree on 80% of the things out there. So what do the right and the left parties argue about? They argue about the 20% that we don't agree on.
The ironic thing is, they're the same colours. The Tories are blue, the Labours are red. You've got the same over there. Democrats are red and blue. How ironic is that?
We need a purple party that represents both. You know, the majority is the majority. Why can't we get the majority's beneficial laws passed?
Oh, it's politics, but our lot are starting again. The Tories, we've got somebody up he's bullying people now or something. They've only just sorted out their Prime Minister, and now we've got somebody that's bullying people now. I mean, you know, just it's one thing after friggin' another with these, like, honestly, God.
Yep, and here's a quote from Pat Buchanan. People were saying, oh, the 1920s is way too far ago. We shouldn't be worrying about that. And maybe Pat Buchanan is for today's society too. But I can clearly remember when he was running for office. Today, candor compels us to admit that our vaunted two-party system is a snare and a delusion, a fraud upon the nation. Our two parties have become nothing but two wings of the same bird of prey.
Pretty much. That's probably politics in a nutshell, really.
And last one. Those who don't study history are doomed to repeat it. Yet those that do study history are doomed to stand by helplessly while everyone else continues to repeat it.
Definitely. That's a good.
Because we can't come together and agree on the things we agree on and insist the politicians move forward on benefiting society as a whole.
Aye, William, I do. I forgot that. We've got the Looney Party out here as well, apparently. The Monster Raving Looney Party.
Oh, they got a bunch of loony parties here too, but they can never get enough membership to actually make an influence.
They're very small. I think there's about 2 members.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, God.
Oh, never a dull moment, never a dull moment. Okay, rant over. Now it's time for some fun stuff. How about we get to the package I got from Flavrz today, because that also opens up the segue to something else I've been thinking about doing. Placed an order from Amazon, and I said, you know what? Why do I have to buy sweetener from these flavor manufacturers? Why can't I just go and buy 100% sucralose and make my own sweetener? So we have sucralose. Here's 100 grams of pure sucralose. And I got erythritol, 100%, no fillers. And we can take that and use that to make our own sweetener so that we don't have to buy it from Capella or TFA or these other ones, because they're doing essentially the same thing. You know, they're taking 5% or 10% of this and they're putting it in with the propylene glycol and selling it to us as a sweetener.
Really? Wow.
So for what I paid for this, I don't need to buy this. Relatively about the same price. And with this, I can make 20 bottles of this.
Ah.
And because it's in dry form, it's shelf stable.
Last a while, oh, what is good storage. But could you...
So I don't need to put in all the citric acid and all the other additives that they put into those things.
I suppose you could adjust the amount of sweetness as well to your own taste as well, I'd imagine, couldn't you? So if you want it really sickly sweet, hide it all in.
Yeah. So I'm going to mix up a batch and I'm going to taste it side by side and find out exactly what it is. But Flavrz even brought up the thing that, you know, you can take a recipe and completely change the way that the flavors pop through by simply changing what sweetener you choose to put inside them. Whether you use the super sweet or whether you use TFA sweetener or whether you use Vape Train Sugar Mate or any of the other sweeteners that they have from any of the other manufacturers.
Flavrz has just commented there. He says you'll need 10% water in the sucralose by volume to get it to blend if you haven't got a heated magnetic stirrer. I couldn't get that out there. There you go, a bit of water. Nice.
I think one of these days I will get to that. I forget who it was. I watched the video. Somebody was doing DIY stuff, and that's how they mix all of their flavored recipes that they make. They literally have a heated plate, and they put the Pyrex glass on it, and inside of it they have a magnet, and it sits there and spins it and heats the liquid up.
Really? Wow.
To get it to dissolve properly.
Not just put in a pan in the stove. Nah, you can't.
No. Too much heat. You got to control the environment. We're literally being like a chemist. That's why I love it. You know, when Flavrz talks about how he's not, you know, a flavor mixer. He's literally a chemist. Because once you understand the chemical makeup of all these flavors and stuff, and you have that documented, you'll know how they interact with each other and be able to repeat it time and time again.
Gas Mark 2 for 30 minutes and you'll be fine.
A little more involved in that, but not by much. That's also why we take notes on what we do.
Hey, honestly, that's an education to me. I never knew you could do it yourself, to be honest. I thought, you know, an industrial thing.
Doesn't need to be, though.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I never knew you could do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Learn something new every day.
It also boils down to the fact that there are only so many flavoring ingredients that you can use that are in existence. And it's just the ratio and the combination of those that come together to provide the different flavors. For the longest time, I was watching them doing DIY Wayne has a show where they do, you know, basically like flavor reviews, and they concentrate on all the strawberry flavors this week, and then they review each of them from the manufacturers and they talk about them. And the last episode I caught the other day, well, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, they were literally going back to old recipes back from 2015, because these guys have been mixing for that long. And they even talked about how back then there were very few options as far as flavoring goes. And like marshmallow was a flavor that you used to have to make yourself. You know, they didn't really have a good marshmallow that you could use back then. But you would take a combination of this cheesecake and this cream and you would use that in a known percentage. And anytime you wanted to add a marshmallow flavor to something, you always grab those 3 bottles at the same percentage and added it to your recipe to get the marshmallow.
Yeah, like make a flavor to add to a flavor type of thing, yeah. Right,
so
stuff.
noted.
It's all in the science.
Exactly, that's what it was. Thank you, Ian Thomas. My brain isn't as good as it used to be, so I can remember what I did 10 years ago, but don't ask me what I did 10 minutes ago. So, time for some vape mail today. Let's unpack this package. Move my nasty coffee cup out of the way.
Don't think that'll work, William Dobson just comment there. Can you add small amounts to the juice direct? I don't think it would work that way. I think you'd have to make it first.
It depends on what you're trying to do. Can you take a custard and add some fruits to that custard bottle to make it a fruit custard, you sure? But you're gonna have to stir it properly and
I don't know if
give it time to.
That's sucralose direct to your juice. I'm just going to be referring to that. I wouldn't know.
Add small amounts of the sucralose directly. I don't think I would do that because sucralose is 600 times sweeter than sugar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's probably best just to mix it separately and use it as
so that's why they literally take it and they dilute it in the propylene glycol so that it becomes a nice in solution sweetener. However, Flavrz was nice enough to send me some WS-23 so I can literally make my own, either Culata or the WS-23 like we get from Bull City is at 30%. So I can literally make a 10% or a 20% or a 30% solution of it. Thank you very much for that.
You like your coffee sweet, you could always have a spoonful of that. Ouch.
My wife does put a spoonful in hers.
Really? I'll take 2. 2 teaspoons.
So look at this. We got lemonade, nectarine, creme de menthe. Ooh, that's about.
See what he's doing?
I take some of that creme de menthe and put it with some chocolate.
Can you see what he's doing here now? He's teasing me now because he knows mine hasn't arrived. And now he's getting all his gear out and going, ha, 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 look what I got.
I've sat on this thing for almost a week already. Sorry, buddy.
You can tell. Look at him. Talk about a kiddie in a candy shop.
And here's our one shots. Here's my candy cane he talked about. We've got here a strawberry. I'm going to open these up. Let me get this unpacked. In addition to that, he sent some commercial juice flavors as well. And here's Mrs. Hunky Vape's Watermelon Fizz. Their energy drink.
Oh, my lordy do.
Raspberry Jam Toast. And here's Twizzlers.
Ooh,
Wizards.
That's a risky one, that mind, isn't it? A toast. That's a risky one.
Sour Apple Wizards. Yeah, but you know what? It all depends on how potent the raspberry is. Yeah. That raspberry comes through as a raspberry jam and not just raspberry on toast. I could get into that.
Yeah. If it's not too much toast in it, it'll be bang on. Oh my god.
I cover up the barcode or the .com. But we got some premium juice from Vapeology.
I'm just going to sit next to my mailbox now for just keep listening to see if anything goes.
And thank you very much for the Freemax Onyx 2. Now I can compare this and find out how good it is with this Oxva. That's awesome.
Oh, the Onyx. Would be alright, actually, what I've heard.
You or your wife haven't used it yet?
No.
So I'm going to have to get on checking this one out. 15 walk kit. Okay. I have to put that off to the side or I might get too excited and open it up right now.
Ah, that's what you got to do, aren't you, really? Just tell the truth.
Fantastic. And I really love the fact that, Flavrz is food grade certified. That's why these things come sealed like that, he explained to me, because I told him, I says, the only reason that nothing was lost out of this package was because everything was grouped together.
Yeah.
Like this.
Oh, well put together, without a doubt. You see,
gingerbread.
It's said loose bottles,
That's a nice Christmas flavor. Coffee tobacco. That sounds interesting. Now that I know that it's not actually tobacco, it's more of a caramel or salted caramel. That's going to be interesting.
Flavrz is just
custard.
Flavrz just comment. There should be a pack of coils for the Onyx as well. Don't throw it out yet. Don't throw it out yet.
Unfortunately, I don't see anything else in here other than the stuffing. Perhaps that was one of the items that fell out. You ever watch those videos they have out there, like UPS people and the post office?
Oh, yeah.
Drop kicking these packages into their truck and whatnot when they load them. It's nuts. Egg custard tart.
There's
the candy cane.
I used to work at DHL and I used to work at Yodel, and I've seen how some parcels get out.
All right. I'll let you guys out there pick. Which one are we going to mix up today?
Oh, God. Get them up the camera, let me see.
Let me zoom in.
Blueberry. Oh, we'll go on. We're not wants to eat candy cane. However, folks, give him his candy cane. You know he wants it. Go on, folks. Give him the candy cane. Come on. Everybody put CC in the chat for his candy cane. You know he wants it.
I'll let you guys pick it today.
Candy cane. We've got one vote for strawberry.
Mallory Gates denied.
One's candy cane. Candy cane.
She straight up punched me.
Candy cane. 3-1 at the moment with a candy cane, guys. Candy cane.
Listen, I'll make it an official poll chat if I have to. If I have to create a poll on YouTube, I will.
We've got a milkshake there. We're 3-2. Flavrz has said, vape all need 24 hours to ripen correctly, but the creams will need 48 hours to 72 hours. The candy cane may be a little strong on the cooling effect.
Yeah, but that tends, from what I've made in the past, that tends to mellow out as it sits in the liquid.
Yeah, he says it's supposed to be a bit punchy as well, so yeah. Candy cane. It looks like it's winning at the minute.
Ian Thomas is abstaining from voting.
He loves you, Dean the Mal.
Oh, come on, mate. You can put your voice out there, let it be heard. I'm a good sport.
I bet he's gonna.
As soon as the show's over, I'm gonna mix up the other ones anyway.
Nah, Ian, he'll probably go.
Might as well be honest with you.
Yes, he's gonna go on blueberry meringue. So look good to me, like very look.
Thank you very much, Flavrz. Very much appreciate this. So, what did we get?
It's looking like candy
Pam
cane,
says
but
candy cane. Mallory said strawberry milkshake. Al Ben said milkshake. Mallory says too soon for candy cane. Dale Robichaud said candy cane. Dusty Country Road said candy cane, and William Dobson said candy cane, so I guess that's what we're going to do.
candy cane it is, bud.
And I'm just going to go straight to my flavor base. It's fantastic when you get it like this, and you can make your own flavor base bottles. This is literally 70-30 VGPG, and you can make it to whatever ratio you want it to be.
I went candy
just take an empty
cane.
bottle. And,
I went candy cane because I know he likes it that much, so I went for candy cane.
it's literally this simple.
Before I went live, you know, you see me sitting there going, I hope they sent the candy cane out. Oh dear me.
There you go. Don't have a scale? No problem. Don't want to use a syringe? No problem. Oh, that smells so good. Mm-hmm.
See what I mean? You can tell by his face, man. He just goes. He ain't giving that 24 hours Flavrz. He's gone straight for it. Thanks, Flavrz.
What's the quickest to wick? The drop.
Yeah, obviously. An RDA. Unless you've got a sub-home line about. Just spell it up.
I cleaned out all this stuff. Look, I got 4 mods that don't have tanks anymore because I started realizing I don't need all this stuff laying out all over the place. And I've got all these drippers that are ready to be re-wicked and reused.
There's a quick shout out for you there from Apathy Miller Alex. He's just said, I'm popping in to say hi real quick. He's on the road from Mississippi to Florida and going back tomorrow. Hope you and yours are doing well. Stay safe. Hi everyone in chat. There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by. That's fantastic. I need to fix something here. I should have done this a long time ago. You, sir, need to move up here because you're constantly covered by the chat messages when I put them up. That's better.
See, I'm not familiar with the geography of America, so what's that kind of distance? Mississippi to Florida. That's a long way, isn't it?
It's about halfway across the country. Mississippi is in the middle of the country. Florida's on the southeast, but Mississippi's down south, so it's just a straight drive over. Probably about, 8 or 9 hours? About the same as it is probably from here to Tennessee.
That's longer than me driving from north of Scotland down to the south coast of England.
I can't help it. You live in a small country.
We're not a country, we're an island. We're just a little plot of land in the middle of the sea.
Yeah, technically, I guess you could look at it like that. I never realized that the country was actually smaller than the island it sits on.
We are an island.
If you take and think about Scotland being separated in Ireland.
Wales. We're nothing. We're just a little tiny spot on this planet. That's all we are.
We are all nothing but a little tiny spot on this planet. If we're going to be completely honest with each other. And when you take it in the context of the whole universe as a whole, we aren't even specks of dust to the whole of it all.
There you go. Obviously, Mother said about 1,400 round trip. Wow.
Well, 1,400 round trip, so 70, that's about a 10-hour drive at 70 miles an hour.
75, yeah. Who does 70? Especially when you're
Look at being a cheapskate.
Especially when you're dying for the next truck stop because you need the toilet. Get your foot down! Oh my God! Look. Big country, the US, like huge. I've always wanted to do Route 66. It'll be bucket list for a while.
It's not the same as it used to be.
I don't think it'll ever happen. Like, it's just something.
There are places along Route 66 that still celebrate its heritage.
Yeah. I'm not the kind that would like to do it on a Harley day. I'd just like to do it in a nice open top convertible. That would do me. If you ride a motorbike too long, you get a sore backside.
Yes.
What's up, man? Right, apathy, drive safe, bud. Hope you get there and back good. All in one piece, buddy.
Yes. Not the time to get finicky with cotton.
Nah, bum it in with the RGs, man. That's the beauty of them, and the more forgiving.
Too much power. 0.43.
Eh? We go. He looks a happy bunny. So, what's your verdict?
My verdict is it's definitely a candy cane. It, however, interesting side note, it is not the candy cane that I quit smoking with. I didn't realize this at the time. It was called candy cane, but it also, I think, had some chocolate in it. It wasn't just pure candy cane. And it wasn't until the one time I was vaping with it, and it was Christmas, obviously. My wife literally handed me a Star Mint, which is basically candy cane flavor. And I ate that, and then I had a little piece of a candy cane, and I was vaping it, and I'm going, these are not the two exact same flavors.
Yeah.
I think they added chocolate to it. But this is a beautiful candy cane. I don't need to wait for this to steep out. And it's just the right amount of cooling in it.
That's awesome.
It's got the nice mint flavor to it as well. Kind of leans more towards the spearmint than it does the peppermint. As far as the residual flavor, oh, it's fantastic. It's better than the bubblegum. I'm so glad I made this as a one whole bottle. Get my ink pen out.
Go down, it'll not last long once it's settled a bit.
And anybody can make their own. It's literally that simple. Mallory guessed 3 hours. 24 hours round trip. Well, yeah, I guess if you're making it a round trip, if you're going straight there and straight back.
Yep, that's a long drive.
Tomorrow will be much better. It needs time to get the full flavor profile. I believe it. I've realized that with a lot of stuff that I've mixed up that I thought should be instant shaken vapes. When they're good, they get even better after 24 hours. And if you know very much about actual science and, you know, chemistry, you need to reach an equilibrium, an even distribution of all the concentrates in there, in the solute and the solvent, so it balances all throughout and you get the same amount in each. And some things that are a little more concentrated, a little more potent, mellow out. And things that are more hidden will reveal themselves as it reaches equilibrium.
I'm going to put it better myself. Yeah, but it gives you a rough idea where it's heading though, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
It's heading towards my all-day vape status.
Yep. I thought so.
I can't help it.
You know what I mean? I can tell.
Here's a little cheat for people that are interested. Put it in the microwave for no more than 10 seconds. Does not matter the power rating. 8 to 10 seconds for about a 100 ml bottle. We'll put the flavor profile, pull the flavor profile out.
Wow, really?
You're taking over the show. I'm just gonna sit here and vape this all day.
I thought you would be saying something like that, like, because you can see you like the cat that got the cream sitting there, like.
Yeah, but that's like you said. That's the problem with the creams. You can mix it up and it'd be a perfect recipe, but you can't touch it and expect to get the full flavor out of it.
Yeah,
Or at least a couple days, sometimes a couple weeks.
definitely. I was when you done the God, however, I can't think. Vaping with Vic, what did you done? He's actually teamed up with the company. He's going to release them.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah, he's going to release them. I think he's got 3 out now. I think he's going to add as he goes on.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Ready made, already.
And those recipes are obviously, he even said that on his video where he talked about it. Those are actually tweaked recipes. They aren't exactly the same. So if you mix up his recipes and you buy a bottle, it's not going to be exactly the same.
Different. I mean, obviously, commercial size might be a bit more sweetener than you would have thought. Like that's normally the case with them, isn't it?
Well, they're probably going to put the little more sweetener in it, but they're also probably using different flavoring ingredients. He just made that tour to, was it Inawera in Poland?
Yeah, that's right,
And he visited them, so he's going to be releasing some of that stuff. But I watched his What's Up this Sunday, and he was quite excited about his trip that he took out there.
I can't remember the name of the range, but I think it's something with an R or something, and it's just obviously all the mustards that he's come up with. So I'd be keen to try them, like
Royal,
something like that.
what is it? Royalty.
I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. It's like a range. It's got the name of it.
It was the Royals or something like that.
But it's the King, the Prince, and the Duchess. William Dobson's commented there. So them like these 3 signature ones, should we say, or more popular ones.
Mm-hmm. And we'll take a look at them here.
Because I think he was talking about, because obviously you've got the King, the Princess, the Duchess. I think with the King he was going to do a Queen, the Prince he was going to do a Princess, and the Duchess I think he was going to do a Duke. I think them were the ones he was going to add, because they're all going to have like royal type status names.
And there's a list of his recipes still on ELR.
Oh yeah.
If anybody's interested in making them. The recipes are out there. And like most mixers, once we come up with a recipe and we really enjoy it, we like tweaking with it. You know, like let's substitute Capella for TFA and see if this changes the ratio of flavors or the percentage of the flavors or the balance of the other ingredients that are in there.
Oh,
and he's been talking about this for a while. He's messed with the recipe off and on.
Or even, like you say, different manufacturers of the flavours. You know, you could do one manufacturer's flavour might be slightly different from another manufacturer's flavour as well. So, you know, just lots to play with.
Yeah, and William points out that the first batch of the Prince and King have already sold out.
Yeah, the other sell straight out. Pretty much.
That makes perfect sense, though.
Mm.
I mean, he's the most well-known reviewer in the UK. And he's been talking about this since he got on and formulated these recipes to begin with. He used to have a video of them mixing them, the peach custard,
Yeah,
until YouTube took it off.
But he mixed it by the litre or something. He mixed big batches of it. But because obviously it's all vape type of thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But it was a similar scenario when he'd done the Kelpie. You know, that sold out pretty quick when that first came out.
Yeah, I had a hell of a time trying to get a hold of one. I ended up literally finding it on a Chinese website that was clearancing the ones that they basically found in the corner of the warehouse. I didn't even know about.
I think it was because when the EH Pro went bust, then you know once it sold out, it sold out. That was it. So you'd be lucky to get one, to be honest with you.
Yep. And it's taken a lot of time, of vaping to realize that, you can't put the same coil in every single dripper you have or every single tank you have. You have to find the right coil for the right tank to balance out how much airflow that tank has and how much space you have around the coils. There's a lot that you need to adjust to your liking.
Same with RTAs, some are more, inclined to vape fruits, desserts, custards, while some are better with bakeries. It just depends. How they turn out, really.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic recipes.
Yeah, William Dobson said he makes 3 litre batches. 3 litres.
Ooh, must really like them. William, do you put sweetener in your when you make his recipes?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Because if you look at the recipe itself, there is no sweetener in it.
I don't think he likes using sweeteners, to be honest with you.
No, Apathy. What Fast Tech put a bulletin on?
That Bavarian cream's a big one, that's Bavarian sweet cream. Maybe them do. I don't know.
TFA sweet cream, Bavarian cream. And a lot of these are just variations of each other.
Yeah.
So here we have the Bavarian cream, we have juicy peach, TFA peach, then strawberry ripe, super sweet. Now this recipe I could get into, the Elder King.
Yeah. There, oh yeah, it's got a bit of sweetener there, super sweet, isn't it? Sweet cream as well.
Yeah, and he even says this is the aged King, stronger and more nuanced than the younger King, with sweeter and more mellow hint compared to the original King recipe. A lot of cream and custard in this one.
Yeah.
But this takes a long steep.
Unfortunately, they do. The custards, that's the thing. Well, he's got 14 days there on the top, for...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but you've heard him talk about it before. It takes longer than 14 days. He bases it on the color.
Yeah.
Takes it and puts it in his closet, and he comes out, every couple days or once a week, and he pulls the bottle out and he looks at it in the light and goes, this one's almost done. Not quite.
I would imagine minimum 14 days, and obviously the longer you leave it, like anything, the better it gets, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you get the right balance of flavors, like the strawberry shortcake that I made a recipe of a long time ago. The strawberry shortcake was fantastic. And it only took, maybe a week for you to get the full flavor where it literally melts in your mouth and tastes like it's, strawberry ice cream. And if I would have put some culotta in it, I could have got the cooling sensation in it all. Yeah. But the creaminess and the strawberries and the crumbly sensation that they put on top of the strawberry crunch, it's just fantastic. But if you let that thing sit too long, it loses its shine from the fruits and the things that, like the Innerwear biscuit start to become forefront flavors instead of a background note.
Yeah. There's that as well, like leaving it too long, obviously, you know what I mean? I think it's just the case, like give it, say, a couple of weeks, give it a try, see what you think a bit longer, just leave another week, just trial and error, innit? Until you know, when so you've made that, right, it takes 4 weeks to steep, right, job done, you know what I mean?
Speaking of job done, you see what I mixed up yesterday? I pulled all the recipes out. It's going in your Christmas package.
Oh. Oh.
Now you can tell the difference between all of them.
Hello.
But this was what I started working on yesterday, and this is what we're going to take a look at today. This watermelon cotton candy that we mixed up before. Let me tell you, it was just like lackluster, not really very much flavor. Didn't really get the whole idea behind it. So I went and decided to make a V2 version of it. And that's what we're going to take and try out next.
In all honesty, I'm not a big fan of watermelon, but you know, if it's mixed with something else, perhaps.
It can be a very potent flavor.
Oh,
Or it can be a very lackluster, watered down your recipe flavor as well.
I don't even eat watermelon as such. I just don't like watermelon. You know, I just think it's just. I think it's just a love-or-hate relationship. You either like it or you don't. I've just never been a fan of it. The kids love it. Oh, they could eat it till it falls with their ears. But me, nah. Something about it I just can't get away with.
That's what I was kind of surprised about DIY Wayne's recipe that I put into this pod. It actually has cantaloupe and stuff in it. The other flavor. But that it started off as a watermelon, but it's just like there's so much more fruitiness in your mouth, and the combination of melon and watermelon, it's just it's like the old recipes, how many recipes they put pear into to give you that mouthfeel of the fruit. It surprises me. There's a lot of flavors that I would not have bought if I saw it as a commercial juice. That when I mixed it up myself, I tried it just to try it so I could rate it, and it's like, this isn't what I expected it to be. It's not like actually biting into a watermelon.
Especially Heisenberg.
You're gonna laugh. I gave that to my wife. She wants it. She wants to have it on her nightstand as her night vape.
No way. Oh.
Yeah. She said, this is pretty good. It reminds me of a candy I used to eat as a kid.
Oh my God, no. No.
Yes.
Just tell her no. Just tell her it's horrible. It's like turpentine. It's disgusting.
To each their own, you know? I mean, if that's what she likes, that's what she likes.
Again, it's when people are quitting, like, you know, like when they're moving on to pods or whatever, and it's a big popular flavor for quitting for some reason. It's one of the it's up there. It's like Heisenberg. There's Red Ear, and there's another one. There's the three main flavors that they sell when people are quitting, and I'm thinking, well, if you're giving them Heisenberg, near one of them didn't freaking quit. You know what I mean?
Well, think about it though. When you first quit, could you really taste things the way that you taste them now?
Well, Heisenberg, that is a bad flavour, yes. I knew that was horrible. Really, I did. I knew for
Well, when your impression of it is bathwater, I can understand bathwater tastes terrible no matter whether you quit smoking a month ago or a year ago.
I think you've still got some taste left in your tongue there to think, no, that's not for me. Know what I mean? I think red ear, is that aniseed? Or is that aniseedy? I can't remember. Correct us if I'm wrong, guys, in chat, but I'm sure it's like an aniseedy juice. Aniseedish flavour. I could be wrong. Or am I thinking somewhere else?
Aniseed, and somebody else had mentioned, what's that drink that was forbidden in France for the longest time? When you add water to it, it turns to a milky color. Not anise.
Yeah, it is. And Flavrz was saying it's aniseed. It was aniseed.
Aniseed.
That was another. Ugh. You know. I'm trying to quit smoking. Why are you trying to kill us with these? They're disgusting. No, it's. You see, aniseed is bad for me because, like, I remember when I was a young'un, I drank a bottle of Pernod, which is basically an aniseed flavoured alcohol, and I've never liked aniseed ever since because I got very drunk and very ill off it.
You got a food aversion. That's a very strong psychological force you can't really undo.
I used to like the sweets because you used to buy these little sweets, like they were called aniseed balls, and that was the flavour, and they were mint. But as soon as I got drunk on it, never again. It's very bad. Pernod, that's it. William Dobson Pernod, aye. Hey, Flavrz is correcting me the night there. Like it says it's a eucalyptus in a red Astaya. Ooh. I thought you said red Fred Astaire there for a minute. It was red Astaya. Yeah, that's right. Licorice and black sambuca. Ah, got you, bud.
So this version of the recipe that I have here is more like a watermelon cotton candy, that the name of it is. You get the hint of sweetness, and it's more of a candied watermelon, not like a wet watermelon. And actually, the watermelon could be jacked up a little bit more. It surprised me because Flavrz watermelon is a very potent watermelon from what I've mixed up in the past.
No. Oh my god, yeah. Dude.
It's sweet, but it's not sickeningly sweet. Absinthe. Yes. Ian Thomas said it. That's what I was thinking of.
Ah. No, it is. He's mint Ian, man. He's full of knowledge, man. He's awesome. He always, if you've got anything you want to ask Ian. He's a mint man. He'll just go on a mission and research it for you.
Flavrz said aniseed is a flavored oil. It is what make licorice flavor and black sambuca.
Yeah, it's in. I know it's in like licorice because you do get that slight in the licorice. Black sambuca.
I haven't had licorice in a long time.
Oh,
my wife goes for that Twizzlers, that strawberry Twizzlers.
I like proper black licorice. That's the way you gotta go.
Yes, that's the way I am too. Good proper black licorice.
We used to ask people to buy licorice root. It was basically a bit of wood. You sat and chewed.
Oh,
on
really?
It was literally a piece of wood, and you sat and chewed on it. It was licorice. That's no shit. They used to sell kids bits of wood to chomp on. There you go.
And once again, Mallory Gates come to the rescue with the answer about Fast Tech. It's shutting down due to taxes.
Whoa, are they? Jesus.
Yeah, because in the United States, they require whoever sells any product to collect the taxes for it, regardless of where they live. So if your city imposed a vaping tax on top of what the state has, on top of what the federal government has, you're required to collect that and then pay that and then send the monthly report in on how many customers in that province or that city bought items, and here's the tax money for it.
Sorry,
it's essentially a ban.
Tried to vape on the Mac there, and that's a bit too much for me coughing a minute.
Oh, you shouldn't do that when you're coughing.
Anyway, some more sad news, guys. I don't know if you know him. Dean the Devil Vapor is apparently giving up his reviews channel. He thinks he's going to be walking away and taking a break from it all.
Oh, that's horrible.
He's a brilliant reviewer. He's a funny guy. He's probably well known. He was on the UK Vape show in around 2019. He was on with Big TVP and Empire Vapes. He was on there. But apparently, he's just getting a bit fed up with the way it is. It's all pods and disposables and that, and there's not much stuff coming in, and he's just getting a bit cheesed off it, I think. And so he is going to be winding his channel down. I don't know if he's actually deleting it as such, but I just know he's probably either taking a break or whatever. He's stopping for a while, apparently. Sad to see.
Best wishes to him. I know he was a big inspiration for Legion Vapes.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. He's brilliant, Dean. Damn good.
Yeah, I got to watch a couple of his live streams.
He's a damn good reviewer as well.
Mm-hmm.
But he come up with his catchphrase CBW, which he would call a cheeky bum wank. That was his catchphrase, CBW. But yeah,
meringue will pull the watermelon forward.
Oh.
Tell me what you long for. Oh, I want what you want.
Oh, Ian, like I say, mate, Pernod, oh, I used to love it, but then, like I said, I think it's like with a lot of spirits I've drank in the past, once I'm getting absolutely drunk and ill off them, I've never touched them again. Especially whiskey as well. Whiskey was another one. Oh no, I can't even smell it now. It's horrible.
Thank you. I have to look for it after we get done with the show here. We all did a fair bit of drinking in our younger days. We can't be hypocritical to lie about it.
Some of the concoctions I used to drink were, I don't even know, I'm still breathing. But vile. What we used to do when we were teenagers, right? We used to raid mum and dad's drinks cabinet. We'd just have one bottle and we'd put a bit of this in, a bit of that in, a bit of this in, a bit of that in, and it was like, you know, you wouldn't even think it was like drinking petrol. But we did. You know what I mean? We did at the time, so that's what you did. It was bad.
Yeah, and for me, it was Hungarian Palinka, which is essentially like a pear brandy.
Yeah. Oh, we used to mix all sorts. Whiskey, vodka, sherry, you name it, it all went in. And, it's horrible, but we'll get drunk. There you go.
Ian Thomas and his Southern Comfort.
Oh, Southern Comfort. I'll tell you the only thing
I thought about, instead of having coffee today on the live show, having my Southern Comfort peach.
I'll tell you what I still
do.
But
I got work to get done today.
I still do like Baileys, but it's more like a Christmassy drink for me. I love a Baileys. That's nice. Like Irish cream, Irish whiskey and cream. Gorgeous.
Flavrz mentioned the meringue will pull that watermelon forward. I've noticed a lot of the mixers out there using meringue in their recipes, and I think that's why.
It's like you said, like you touched on earlier. You don't have to have it as a one shot. You can add it to other stuff to enhance another flavor, or lift something, or push something back. So that's the beauty of them as well. I never thought about that at all. With one shots, I thought that was it. You just put it in, that was it. But there you go.
No, and to be honest with you, a lot of the flavors that we have nowadays originally started as a one shot.
Yeah.
Like what I was talking about, they were doing recipe reviews from 2015, and back then, a marshmallow, really wasn't a readily available flavor that was accurately replicated. And if you think about it, I did this yesterday or the day before when we were out camping. You bite into a marshmallow. What does a marshmallow really taste like? The cornstarch on the outside of it. The marshmallow itself doesn't really have a flavor that you can nail down to a wall. It's like you can a grape or a mango or a
kind of its own flavor. It is a marshmallow, and it's got its own.
But it's really subtle.
Yeah, flavor and texture, and it's
more about texture and mouthfeel than it is actually anything else.
Especially when you find them over a nice hot fire, then they go all gooey in the middle. Ooh.
So this is a V2 of the recipe. Next week there will be a V3 of it. I'm going to have to get myself some meringue and throw it in there. But this is definitely at least twice as good as the recipe that I mixed up last week. And you can the initial flavor you get that watermelon. It's kind of a candied watermelon, but it's very short-lived in the mouth. And you get a little bit of sweetness to it, but it needs more body. So that's the development of that recipe. And then the other one that we got is this white chocolate mocha. The V2 of that.
How did you get on with that one?
Well, I went back to the drawing board and I cut the Brazilian coffee. It was 1.25% before. Now it's down to 0.5%.
Yeah, you've seen
the double chocolate is 3.5% now. Sugar made is at 1%. Sweet cream is at 2%, and white chocolate is at 3.5%.
Ian Thomas there, he's made a good point. Said, I mean, it's speaking to Lance Ward there, so hi Lance. Says more the hobbyist side has bled away because pods and disposables all new vapors need. Unlike 2014, the starter devices weren't great, but most folks wanted something better. Yeah, you bang on, because we didn't have that then. You know, you had a starter kit, you went, and you wanted something better. He's bang on, spot on.
Plus, if you go back to the very beginning of vaping, I heard Phil Basardo talk about this in many of the videos back then, was that there really wasn't a whole lot of places where you could get vape supplies and vape juice from. Back then they had cardos and you had to pop the cardo to be able to refill it and stuff. You know, getting vape shop, a lot of the vape shops made their own concoctions and sold them and ended up getting into the liquid manufacturing business.
And even the stuff you could buy from your corner shop garage, you know, like the cigarette things, you know, they were absolutely rank. They were horrible.
They're like that one thing that the FDA authorized for sale here in this country. It's just nasty and horrible. It's a cigarette product and technology back from 2015. Half the time when you go to take a drag on it, you get a mouthful of juice.
That's right, yeah. Oh, they were awful. I mean,
I can see a lot of people trying it, but not sticking with it.
That's what I'm saying though, like I say, if disposables were available when we, you know, decided to quit, you know, where would you be now? You know, we just wonder where we would be now. You know what I mean?
Well, you got the black market now that's going to be the dominant force in keeping disposables out there. Even if the FDA decides to crack down and, you know, something drastic happens here, they're not going away.
Definitely.
And the flavors on these disposables have gotten so good, it's just...
They have come a long way, like, since the first, you know, from back in the day. But like I said, massive leap for vaping was, you know, mesh coils. They just took it by storm.
Definitely. And I've had people tell me that before too, because I'm like, man, I wish I would have got into vaping earlier. And people keep telling me that I've had numerous people tell me this. It wasn't the same. You might not have worked for you back in 2015. No matter which device you got your hands on, if you couldn't quit when you first picked up vaping with the Atlantis, there's no way you could have picked up vaping with a cigarette.
It took me a few attempts. Like I say, tried the cigarettes, and I got a KangerTech. I think it was a KangerTech starter kit. And that again, I feel that I tried that once, but obviously I wasn't used to vaping then. I was on my hands and knees, coughing my ring up and all that. And I thought, bloody hell, if this is what vaping does, I'd rather keep smoking. You know what I mean? Because I just didn't get used to it. But then I just persevered, you know, and eventually, you know, you get used to it. Just like it's like when you very first time you pick a cigarette up, you'll cough your bloody balls off, you know, because you're not used to it. So the same thing kind of applies with vape. You know, you will cough. You will be thinking, oh my god, that, you know, but it's like everything, you get used to it. But the only thing
it's the flavor that makes it
that's
something that's enjoyable, that overcomes the fact that, you know, it's different than what you've been inhaling into your lungs.
Like I say, a cigarette, most of them more or less taste the same, just some are stronger, some are less harsh. Vaping, you've got a multitude of flavors, and you know, multitude of flavors and their strengths of nicotine, and you know, the choice is unbelievable for them, absolutely unbelievable. And again, you know, like Alex, you know, if you move on to mixing your own e-liquid, well, there again, you know, it's just unlimited what you can do.
It's just hard getting over that initial hump, and it's like, oh, this is something some commercial factory needs to do. This isn't something I can do on my own.
No.
For me, it was the fact I looked at the history of vaping, and I've talked to plenty of vapors along the way and their experiences with it. And I've talked to vape shop owners that have been making their own house juices since they open up their shops. And it's like, it really isn't that scary. And then you go and you watch Wayne and his videos, and especially watch the older ones when he's literally, concocting these recipes in the beginning, when he was even learning from the whole process of it. And it's a never-ending battle learning the flavors and how they interact with each other.
It's not just a learning curve to do it. You're learning every day with it, because there's always something new, you can try or mix or whatever, you know what I mean? Good stuff, man. William Dobson there, the KangerTech single 18650 battery kit came with the mini tank, and an RBA was in the box, which took me 2 years to figure out what it was. Oh, bless you. What the hell's that for? They were new, when they started doing RBAs for these suburban tanks. You're like, what the hell is this? Well, I'm going to make a coil. You're having a laugh, aren't you?
All right, so here we have V2. Coffee is definitely more subdued in this recipe. I don't think the 24 hours is enough for this cream and the chocolate to come through. This is something I'll have to revisit next week.
Yeah.
And really, I don't have a full recognizable chocolate flavor.
Ah.
Definitely better than last week. Last week's was a true espresso. This one I can't really classify.
A latte, perhaps?
There isn't enough of the creams in there to declare whether it's a latte or whether it's just a coffee with a splash of milk in it.
Flat white.
Because the coffee is now so subdued that it's like it's a true coffee added to something else.
Yeah.
So this may take a little time to ripen some more.
Nothing wrong with that. Might turn out to be a good one.
Mallory Gates says, I started on a View Solo, hit at a vape shop, got an iLeaf Pico sub-ohm kit. Yeah, I think that's what my wife first picked up too. iLeaf Pico.
Pico's cheap.
Flavrz said disposables are a big thing due to no taste thing as well. Once people have quit smoking and got their taste back, they ended up moving to better setups in juice. Yeah?
Totally true.
That's why I keep talking to people about, they're like, why are you doing disposables? That's horrible. They're ruining the industry. I'm like, it's the doorway to get smokers into vaping. They need something stupid they can pick up and go, all right, time for a smoke break. Wow. That works. I like the flavor. I'm going to do this instead of smoking.
I think, like you say, that Vic's WhatsApp on Sunday, he was kind of touching on saying that disposables were in decline. I thought that I don't think they are. I mean, they may be in vape shops, but they're not in your corner shops. You know what I mean? That's where you 9 out of 10 times I gotta get them. I don't think a lot of vape shops really catered that much for them. I think they stocked them, but I think the vape shop would be more inclined to put you onto maybe an AIO or a pod system rather than a disposable. So maybe in the vape shops they're probably declining, but they're still kicking on strong in all the corner shops and your petrol stations and all that. I mean, that's where they're selling like hotcakes. You know what I mean?
Something I noticed though about Vic, you know, over the last couple of years that I've been watching his stuff off and on, it's just he's always had the perspective of the corner shop or coming from the corner shop. You know, I mean, he'll get his industry information from whoever's, you know, providing him with things. And when he gets the rare opportunity to ask the people that send him something, a question about industry stuff. But that's what he can relate to, because he can walk down or walk past a corner shop on his way to the studio. And, you know, you can keep up on. That's why I like to stop by vape shops, to get their perspective on the industry, because it's different than what you and I see, you know, driving down the road go waving at the vape shop. Or, you know, if we order stuff online, we have a different perception of the industry than the people that are inside actually operating and trying to conform to the laws. And
I mean, I've got 3 regular vape shops that I visit regularly, and only one of them shops out of the 3, that's vape shops, sell disposables. The other 2 don't.
most of the vape shops I do don't have disposables. The one that's up near me, they've gotten more towards a head shop, and they have tons of disposables. They still have, you know, pod kits and starter kits and all-in-ones, but they're like maybe 2, 3 of each category in the case. The wall behind them is boxes of juice or bottles of juice and disposables.
Well, juice is most vape shops' bread and butter. That's where they make their money. They don't make much on hardware due to taxes, prices, and all that.
And coils too. They don't make much on them either.
That juice is their bread and butter. Really, that's where they make their money, or their profits anyway.
Yeah, because what's the markup on a coil? We go and we can buy a 3-pack for maybe $10, $12. By the time we pay for shipping, they sell them for $5 a piece. What's their markup? $1, 50 cents maybe?
I think for the E-leaf one, I think we get like a pack of 5. I think there's the what they call again? Oh, the coils. I think you can get a pack of 5 for about 10 quid, but I can't. Oh, I can't think of the name of money. What the bloody coils are called again? Oh my god, they've gone. I haven't even got the mod line about either. I think the mod's upstairs. I think you get about a pack of 5 for about 10 to 12 quid in the shop, so whatever they get them markup price. I don't know. I've got me back on them bloody coils now.
Going from tea to this, I can notice the chocolate in the white chocolate.
Really?
It's still very subdued though. We'll let that sit here for a while and see what it's like next weekend and go from there. I think it's time for us to switch over and take a look at our retro vape.
Ooh, retro.
The KangerTech CUPTI 2. And I did a little YouTube perusing. Watched a guy from 6 years ago review this thing. And it reminded me of when I got the Play-Doh from Aspire. It's an all-in-one. And here's your coil. And you replace it by unscrewing it from there. And you put your drip tip on the other end.
Ah, cool. Proper retro again, yeah, like, what? Eh?
So I'm curious to see about this one because this one uses the same basic type of coil setup inside the tank. However, the CUPTI 2 also came with a 510 adapter to replace that coil. So is it like a squonker?
I can't believe you still got it sealed up in the box as well. It's actually, you haven't even broke the seal on it, have you? It's still sealed up. Have you had that sitting like that for about 6 years, have you?
No, I haven't been vaping for 6 years. When I did Vape Apocalypse shopping, this was one of the clearance items that was available.
I gotta see it, Jesus.
And at the time when I take a quick look at it, I'm like, okay, they're definitely not going to be able to get coils for this anymore. But if this thing has a 510 adapter, this mod's still going to be good no matter what's wrong with the coils.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm like, this is going to be good to put on the channel one day. And here we are today, taking an actual look at the CUPTI 2 by KangerTech.
Wow.
Company that we don't hear about anymore.
Yeah. I don't even think that's still gone, to be honest with you. Oh, there could be. 52.
Oh,
I was gonna say, be careful with them URLs, but there's probably none on that because I'm bloody old.
well, there was one on this one, but it's so small I can't read it out. There ain't no way you're gonna be able to make it out by the time it gets transposed. But this is like an old Motorola phone.
Wow.
333 grams. And there's no battery in it yet.
That got like a similar shape of a Wismec. That just popped in my head for some reason.
Here's the Ultra Gaia Stabwood mod. With 2 batteries in it, it's 254.
Wow. I've got one of them, but it's broke.
It broke.
The board went. The board's gone. All the
Oh.
went on it. And I've tried to find a board for it, and I can't for love of the money. I had the light green one.
I can't believe how heavy that is.
Where there were bricks in them days, like, you know what I mean? 322.7 without batteries, Jesus.
There's some Samsung 25Rs in there.
What do you reckon?
421 grams.
What do you reckon the overall weight will be now? Off the top of your head.
Huh?
What do you reckon? 421. Jesus. Holy mother.
You want
of
to talk
God.
about flavor loss?
Jesus. That's
Here's
got a
the
long
coil.
way to go. That's got a long way to travel, hasn't it? Wow.
And I'm sure that's round wire in there too. That's not a
Probably
Clapton
would be.
wire inside that little tiny coil.
That'd be clapped in there.
Unbelievable.
Jesus. What resistance?
That's your
is it?
all-in-one.
They got a resistance on it.
Half an ohm, 15 to 60 watts.
Wow.
That's organic cotton. Stainless steel 316L.
15 to 60 watts at a 0.5. Wow. That's cool.
And you see the coil leads. You could probably rebuild it. And looking inside there, you can see it's just round wire.
Yep.
You go any closer?
Yeah. When you look at that bore size, it's tiny compared to what you get now in it. That's...
Yeah. There's a dual coil. With the mesh in there.
This pod has got a bigger bore than that.
And there's your flavor loss right there.
Holy moly. God, better things we.
But you literally fill this up to juice. Fill the juice up to here.
Yeah.
And then you insert your coil into there. And there's adjustable airflow.
Holy.
But the mouthpiece is, oh, it's a 510. And it's replaceable.
That's cool then. What's the power of the mod? What can the mod hit?
80 watts.
80 watts, isn't it? That's right.
Temperature control. Wonder how off the temperature control is on this.
Ooh. KangerTech. Jesus. That's a canny readout. 9.99 ohms.
And flip the display.
I like them kind of displays where they're simple. You know what I mean? The D need a lot of bringing space to be put in. You know what I mean? The nice small simple screens.
But this is the reason I bought it.
That's cool. Yep, the big boy on. What diameter is that then for your RGAs? What can you put on it? 25?
I'll tighten it down. I'll get the... Nice they gave you this little coin, plastic coin for you to tighten this up. And the old micro USB cable.
Oh, the micro USB, yeah.
Yeah.
At least it's USB. At least the technology was there then. Oh God, love it.
Yeah. 22, I think, is going to be the biggest you can put on it.
22, yeah. The only thing with the older ones, like 20, that's the same with that cuboid I had. That was a max diameter, and that was 22.
Do I even have a tank down here that's small enough?
That's why I bought that spark tank, because it was the only thing that was 22 mil at the time. Everything else just took stupid. It was too big. Even me RDAs, I don't even think I've got
Let's
a 22
put the arbiter on and see what it looks like.
I haven't even got a 22 mil RDA, I don't think. William Dobson has said he wonders what the voltage drop will be like on it.
That's a good question. That looks a little funky.
Whoa.
The drop solo.
Holy shit, man. The overhang. Oh, Lance, be hogs fine, bud. New bottom door came. It's all hunky dory, running like a dream, mate. Drop solo.
There's the drop solo.
Yeah. Oh, the Wasp Nano. Whatever happened to mine? I used to have one of them, you know. I don't know where the hell it went. Yeah.
I knew I should have got a white Bushido.
Color match.
Got silver and black. Interesting.
Yeah, you should get some
New coil, yes.
That doesn't look too bad.
Put in the wattage mode.
Yeah, I'm not that fussed on matchy stuff, but as long as it works.
I'm more of a practical person as well.
Yeah, I mean that looks okay though. That it's not like miles away.
There's a toffee cake we made without toffee.
It's always safe to buy something silver or black because it pretty much guns on anything.
It's not a toffee. You know what it reminds me of? A holiday cake, like a rum cake. Like a fruit cake.
Like a fruit cake, like what we would call a Christmas cake. Fruit.
Yeah.
Plums and all that. Yeah.
So we didn't end up with toffee, but that is a nice holiday cake. And it's not too sweet. Kind of watery mouthfeel. But the question is it a watery mouthfeel from the vape liquid? Or is it just causing that much salivation that it leaves you with a watery mouthfeel?
I think I was rename it as Christmas cake.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah.
Now you've got the Christmas cake. How about adding a bit of icing as a background note or a sweetener? That would be bang on. Not like cool out or like icing, like icing that you put on a cake. Not a cool ice. Ice and sugar. That's what I'm thinking of.
Lost in the shadows of a million stars. Shouldn't they enlighten my near and far? Shouldn't they at all just tell me where you are?
Where's my vanilla swirl? That's what I'm looking for.
I'm out of luck. Send a little love and I'll make it back.
think a hint of that on there. That would add some depth to it. It would give a little sweetness to it. Maybe give you that icing flavor.
Yeah.
Icing finish.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any suggestions better than vanilla swirl to give this fruitcake a glaze? Little icing on top.
Or even it was like marzipan, like almonds. That's hard, like that's under the icing. In it. You get your cake, a layer of marzipan, then your icing over the top, didn't you? Getting too technical, that like. Toasted almonds.
Might be too heavy on the almond, I think. It's definitely an almond, a toasted almond.
Yeah.
You know, the skin that you get on the almonds, that flavor that imparts.
Lance Ward, you now need a turkey juice in my sorted.
So that's the thing about vanilla swirl. When you taste it, it doesn't taste like vanilla swirl.
That's what Flavrz has put. He's put butter, vanilla swirl, or whipped cream.
Yeah, I got the vanilla swirl. I need to get myself some actual butter flavor, I think.
Butter or whipped cream. Whipped cream's been a suggestion.
You got a list. He sent you a list of what he's going to send you. Did he happen to send you custard? One shot?
Off the top of my head, he did cater for some of the stuff I had. I think he has.
Take a look and see if you have custard in your list. I'll bottle up a 60 ml of this for you.
I think he may have. I'll double check when it arrives. One shot.
What was Flavor saying?
I'll just drink that straight out of the bottle. I'll not even mix it.
Oh, let's take a look at the recipe. It's kind of hard to suggest additions when you don't know what the actual recipe was.
There's a golden butter by Capella. Flavrz is suggested there as well.
That's what we got so far in there.
Coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, some Capella buttercream.
It's been suggested there.
That's on my to-do list. I'll have an answer for you guys next week. I'm going to try a couple different things.
Oh, there you go.
I'm going to break this down into 3 10 ml bottles, and I'm going to adapt all 3 with 3 different variations. But that toffee cake recipe is now going to be changed to Christmas cake.
No way. Ian Thomas, VSO Flavrz has recently brought out a roast chicken concentrate. Wow.
Nice. I've heard a couple different flavoring companies have come out with savory flavors as well. Somebody mixed up a batch of ham and cheese sandwich and sent it to Steve at Legion Vapes for him to vape.
Flavrz has just said he sent me egg custard tart and butterscotch custard. He's got them in. egg.
Custard tart in my package as well.
Yeah. Flavor said he does a bacon and cheese. Flavors doesn't know bacon and cheese. Oh, no way. Bacon.
That would be a nice specialty line.
Bacon and cheese. Wow.
Yeah, I did see that. Somebody came out with a Big Mac juice. Took
Big
them like
Mac?
30 tries to come up with it.
A Big Mac. Wow. I could probably have a go with that.
Yeah.
No, it is.
I
probably
covered that in the news the 1 week.
I probably would have a go at a savoury juice there, but I kind of guarantee I'll enjoy it. Like,
You never know what you're going to like until you try it.
exactly. Don't know it till you try it, as I say.
Listen, I like heavy duty devices, but I think this is really pushing the limit.
Wow.
That does taste like a Christmas cake.
Awesome.
And it perfectly pairs with this tea. Oh, yeah.
Flavors says you also supply into the vegan industry for flavoring tofu, etc. Satay chicken. What? That's mad.
Well, I believe that.
I could well believe it, like.
Because tofu itself has no real flavor.
No. Now, but just think, you'd sit there, you'd have like a nice little, like a meal. You could sit there. I'll have a bit of roast chicken. Ooh, what shall I have for dessert? Ooh, will I have a caramel custard or you know what I mean?
It does taste better than the real one. I don't normally like to have fruitcake.
I'll tell you
Every once in a while.
I'll tell you what we're missing here, folks. We've got the chicken. We've got as much as dessert. We need a soup. We need a soup starter. We need a soup.
Almond and amaretto flavors. That's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try that almond that I have, roasted almond, just sparingly, barely putting a little bit in there. And I'm going to try a little bit of that vanilla swirl in there in one combination. And the other one, I'm going to try and find a marshmallow or something, or cream to add into it.
And you also adds maybe a hint of cherry. Oh. Well.
Cherry's so hard, though. I have yet to be able to get the right thing. It's almost like, you know how they made the comment last week about the coffees? Every coffee they have, they need to like dilute down that cherry flavor. I've got the same experience with the cherry juice that I got. It's just like, even a drop of it in there just makes it way too potent.
Yeah.
And gives it that medicine-y flavor.
There you go. Hey, William Dobson. Tomato and cream soup. Cream of tomato soup. There you go.
Yep. That's the fantastic thing about mixing your own flavors, is being able to experiment. The possibilities are literally endless. And you never know what you're going to end up with. You know, that one time I was sitting there trying to make a snow cone and ended up with cherry whiskey. It legit tastes like a cherry whiskey, like you just took a shot of a cherry whiskey.
Really?
Without the big, burning sensation from the alcohol, but that essence and flavor is just there. 0.3%. I'm going to have to keep that in mind.
0.3%. Wild cherry is the best. It's very,
and lemon Sicily is another one of those. They'll take over your recipe very easily.
It's a very strong flavor, most cherries you get, like.
The way things are going, the cost of living, vape juice, safe putting the cooker on.
I think he's meaning flavors there because we're going to have cream of tomato soup, then we're going to have a roast chicken, and then we're going to follow it off with...
We need to get Dave Lloyd to join us from Canada. He's got a chicken fried rice.
Oh, what? That sounds awesome.
Plum with a little pineapple makes a cherry cordial. Now, I could get into that.
That's cool.
A nice cherry cordial vape? Ooh.
Plum and pineapple, yeah.
Mmm.
This is getting better. We've got the cream of soup starter, we've got the chicken dinner, we've got the Christmas cake, and now we've got a chicken fried rice for a takeaway on the evening. Hey, we're getting sorted, the Alec. We're sorted now. Get them made. Oh, bring it on. Get them made. Holy
Where'd I
moly.
even put these things?
It leaves nothing to the imagination, does it?
That is fantastic, let me tell you. I still can't get over. That's the coil.
That's crazy, isn't it? What? Flavors, we have just done a Mexican fried ice cream one shot. Mexican fried rice ice cream. Rice cream. Ice cream?
There you go, Dusty Country. I don't think it's going to pay for you to make an order from Flavrz.
Sure.
They have got all kinds of stuff available.
Christmas dinner sorted. What takeaways are sorted. What more would you ask for?
Mm-hmm. 46 different one-shots. I know I love that fairy floss. Mm-hmm. Icy pole, anarchy white, like marshmallow. Chewing gum, just like Wrigley's Double Mint. Yep. Well, I gotta stop looking at this or I'm gonna be making up another one shot here.
Red energy.
Let's see what Sherlock Holmes can do for us.
Oh man, I like that. Looks good.
Thank you, KangerTech. This lovely CUPTI. You might have made it 6 years ago, but I think it's got a home for use today. Fantastic. What is this? Internal leak of cutwood unicorn.
Unicorn milk.
Buttercream, New York cheesecake, strawberry ripe, sweet cream, sweet strawberry, vanilla bean ice cream, and vanilla custard and vanilla swirl. Ooh, that looks like a fantastic recipe.
Did someone say custard?
And this is something that I have all the ingredients for? Nah.
Ooh. Tempting.
All right.
Flavrz said the red energy is an extremely good Red Bull. Ooh, that sounds cool.
My wife is going to love that energy drink you sent.
Red Bull. So we're moving on to the next stage here now, aren't we? We've got some Red Bull. Now we need some vodka.
Okay. Since this will take a while for it to steep out properly, 60 mils or 120 mils?
I would stick to 60.
That looks like a fantastic recipe, though.
Flavrz has said, if you mix sweet strawberry and strawberry ripe at equal amounts, you will get close to a candied strawberry flavor.
Yep. I do that quite frequently.
Yeah?
I've adjusted recipes that way. Cool. Let's see if I can find these ingredients. I just had the buttercream. What did I do with it? Put it up here. Yep. Capella's buttercream. Your cheesecake.
Dusty County Road says, pretty soon we will have a Thanksgiving dinner with all the trimmings, with some cornbread, and I'm assuming that says gingerbread too.
Ooh, I'd love some nice cornbread. You know what? It's that time of year. Time for me to make some chili. And chili, I always make a honey cornbread to go with chili.
Really? Wow.
All right, got the vanilla swirl too. Leave the toasted almond up there. What else we got?
Mallory Gates, not vodka, use black licorice and make Jaeger bombs. Now you're talking.
Ooh, I did too many Jaeger bombs back when I was DJing. We switched from Jaeger bombs to cherry bombs.
Oh.
Because Jaeger's definitely got a flavor that just, and it's 10 times worse coming up. So cherry bombs are much better in that aspect.
We've got kind of a way to drink a Jaeger bomb, like it's like a party where you'll get your glass with your Red Bull, and you'll get a shot glass with your Jaeger bomb, and you drop it into the glass of Red Bull, and then you just neck it. And it's pretty damn potent. Yep, Mallory Gates, yes, use cherry pucker, make cherry bombs.
Yes. Vanilla custard.
William Dobson's asking if you add an underripe and an overripe in equal amounts, would that give you close to a strawberry without the candy? Overripe with an underripe, equal amounts.
I didn't know there was an underripe and an overripe. I only remember the strawberry ripe and then the sweet strawberry. Where's the regular strawberry?
Sorry, without the candy sweetness, that's what you said. I wouldn't know.
Only way to find out sometimes is to try it yourself. Just make a little batch up. Just to try it out. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8 ingredients.
I like that one, Flavrz, yeah. I would have a go with that. Pint of beer and a drop of absinthe shot into it and down the hatch. Ooh.
I've never had absinthe.
I've never had it. I don't know if we can get it over here. Can we get any UK absinthe? Huh? Or an equivalent to it, whatever that is?
I believe you can. Last show that I was watching on it, they were talking about the history of absinthe, and Moonshiners is a big show here in the States. Tennessee Moonshiners. We talk about these backwoods guys going legit and whatnot. And we were down and visited their actual store that they have in Gatlinburg when we were out on our vacation the last time. But that's a very popular thing around here. Alrighty.
William Dobson was saying there is an underripe which is quite tart strawberry. Well, I don't know. I don't know where. I don't know. Dusty County Road is asking. He really like you kind of you don't like that, surely, do you? He said he really likes Heisenberg. Do you know of a good recipe? Cannot seem to get it right. Tried 4 or 5 recipes, not even close to it.
Unfortunately, no.
Dusty County Road. All you need to do is get some bath water and pour it with some VGPG, and you're there.
Absinthe was made from the bark of wormwood.
Oh.
Yeah. How did you end up back over here?
Bark wormwood.
There you
Wow.
go. Yeah, they had a big show about on Discovery Channel about absinthe and the history of absinthe and how it was banned and now it's legalized.
To be honest, I hadn't really heard of it, to be honest. You know, just something that, you know what I mean? Why was it banned? Do you know? Was it something?
Yeah.
Was it?
It's the same thing that they say about, nicotine. It's and back in the day about marijuana, about how it was going to make you go mad and go you insane and
Hallucinogenic.
yeah. I wonder how many things over the course of history have had that same pathway.
Well, opium, innit? That's from way back, innit? Opium.
Mm-hmm.
Ian Thomas has stated, vampire vapes do a Heisenberg in a concentrate. So there you go, Dusty County Road. Vampire vapes do a concentrate. I'd imagine somebody else would do a concentrate, surely.
Yeah, if it's that popular, I mean...
That's probably the flavour. And Flavrz was saying it was 110% proof, which was very big in France. 110%, Jesus.
110 proof is 55% alcohol.
That's what I mean. Wow.
It's no different than the moonshine.
True. I mean, I would never know what moonshine tastes like, but judging by all the movies I've seen where they try drinking it, it doesn't look very pleasant.
There's no flavor to it. It's
That's what I'm saying,
corn
it's just-
liquor.
It's just pure, like, alcohol probably, isn't it?
It's corn. It's watered down ethanol.
Ethanol, that's it, yeah.
It does have some scents and odors to it that get imparted from whatever grain it's made from.
Yeah. Aye.
But
Probably like drinking white spirits or turpentine.
yeah, and it's not so much the turpentine, but the white spirits.
White spirits.
And it depends on the water that they use to dilute it down too.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like vodka. Vodka doesn't have any real flavor to it.
No, it doesn't really. It's just fucking. I know what you mean. Yeah.
So sweet cream's 0.9. Sweet strawberry. Oh, it smells so wonderful. It smells like a little basket of strawberries. It's my third bottle of it, by the way. I understand why strawberry cheesecake is such a popular recipe.
Just sorry a bit quiet, I'm just catch up with chat a bit, that's all.
Hey, 0.64.
Liquid. That was. You'd think that one will need a bit of steep time, that one, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try this one today.
Might taste like Heisenberg.
Tastes like a plenty of nothing. With all the butter and cream and cheesecake that's in this, I might get strawberry vanilla out of it if I vaped it today. But it would taste like a whole bunch of nothing.
Sounds like it's going to be pretty sweet, like with all the creams and that in it.
Of all the flavors that we put in here today, the only one that was really going to impart the sweetness, in my experience, was the strawberry ripe and maybe a little bit of the vanilla bean ice cream. The rest of it's more of a creamy, egg-based, milky flavor.
Yeah.
And vanilla swirl is the icing on the cake. 1.26.
Wow. Ian Thomas. Seems we can get 140% proof absinthe in the UK, but it's £140 a bottle.
What?
Wow.
Well, for like 750 mil or what? How big of a bottle?
£140. Jesus. I've told you. If you ever want to know out, ask Ian. He'll do for you. I'm telling you. 40% proof. Jesus. That's a pound percent per percentage. Holy mother.
No PG. It's all flavoring.
I've got that in my back pocket. I'll go and buy a bottle now, eh?
58.26. And we're disconnecting and reconnecting again.
Know what that little like the Star Trek Enterprise was? Like the beam me up Scotty. Beam me up Scotty.
Yeah. I have a feeling this is going to taste fantastic when it's done.
Yeah, Ian Thomas said that is a 70 centiliter bottle, 140 quid. Oh my God. Jesus.
Unbelievable.
There you go. Flavrz is helping out Dusty County Road with some with the recipe for this Heisenberg. Said he's He'll put up a recipe for you to work from. We'll need to know if the blueberry is correct. Can help you from there. So he's going to give him a basic recipe to work on. So thank you very much, Flavrz. You're a legend.
Awesome. You just made his day. For sure.
Awesome. So, yeah,
Perfect.
I can always send you a bottle of bathwater.
My wife doesn't think it tastes like bathwater.
Well, a bit like Marmite. You love it or hate it.
Yeah. She said it tastes like a piece of candy she had as a child.
I'm not knocking it. If anybody likes it, they like it. That's it. Well, that's fine, you know. But where did you get that piece of candy from? Did you pick it up off the road?
You have to remember, though, I mean, if you go back 10, 20 years, there was a lot of candy that was put out that was supposed to be really disgusting and nasty. I mean, like even the popular candy manufacturers took formulations that they had, like Nerds or whatever, and it was just basically a simple fruity blend, and they came out with the ultra sour variations of it. And then they came out with the ones that was like weird combinations, like licorice and orange and cherry.
Ooh, you just remind us, blackcurrant and licorice. Oh, I used to love them sweets. Oh, licorice,
Garlic gum.
Oh,
Yep.
the candy outside shell was blackcurrant, and you bit into a soft licorice center. Oh my God, like blackjacks. Oh, it was beautiful. God, them were the days. You can still get them, I believe. Chocolate limes as well. Chocolate lime, there's a good one. Chocolate lime, that's a good flavour.
Chocolate lime.
Yeah. They were lovely sweets. Again, it was a lime shell, bit into it with a chocolate centre. Oh, God, my God. Them were the days. Garlic gum. Ooh. Them were the days.
And today is the 8th. Fantastic.
Lads, I'm vaping on this Oxford X-Lin at the moment because it's low wattage, and like I said, I've got a very chesty, horrible cough at the moment. And in it, I mean, now I haven't got any 50 juice, but I've got some Buddha Vapes yellow mess in it at the moment. It's a bit thick for this, like, but you know, it's vaping all right.
I've got mine here as well.
It's
In amongst
something
all
I've
these other things we have going on.
It's something I've never really bought, is 50-50 juice, because I've never thought I'd ever need it. But, you know, when you get things like this, you know, maybe something to bear in mind.
The one shots, you can mix them up as a 50-50 as well.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to make your own 50-50 base. You add, you know, equal parts.
Yeah.
You could literally take a 500 ml bottle of PG and a 500 ml bottle of VG, dump it into a bigger container,
Got 1 liter. 50
mix it up, and you're good to go. There's your 50-50 base.
I don't understand that one. Vote no on Prop 31. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not clued up on that.
So
one.
here's the story in California. California passed a law, which is essentially a flavored tobacco ban, which we all know is essentially a flavored vape ban.
Yeah.
Because flavored tobacco has technically already been federally illegal for a long time. You couldn't add like cherry into tobacco unless it was like in a cigar or pipe tobacco. But you're not allowed to have cherry cigarettes or, you know, mint cigarettes. That's been banned a long time ago. So that's what they're pushing for. So what they did was after they passed the law, they challenged it and said that we're going to put it before the voters. And Proposition 31 is essentially basically whether you support this ban going into effect. That's why they vote. The anti-tobacco and American Heart Association, all these other ones want you to vote yes. And all the vapors are like, no, don't vote yes on Proposition 31. Because if everybody votes no, then the law goes away.
I'm with you.
But if everybody votes yes, which is what the polling shows right now, it's pretty close to passing, or more than likely will pass, then the law will go into effect, and there will be essentially a flavor ban in California for the whole state.
Wow.
Moving everything to the black market, because it's not going to disappear.
But it's phenomenal. Why? Who are these people that are voting to ban it? Or, you know what I mean? Like, when you think of, the amount of vapors that's got to be out there, you know what I mean?
Well, see, the problem is a lot of vapors, like you said, think that somebody else is going to handle it for them.
Yeah, there's that and not liking that.
And people don't even realize what's going on around them or that stuff has been passed until they walk into the store and can't get it anymore. And then obviously, of course, it's too late.
No, but this is one of the best opportunities you're going to have to, to voice your opinion on this type of thing. They're putting it to an open vote, for God's sake, you know what I mean? Not as if there's any politicians are voting amongst themselves on it. They're putting it open to the public. So, it's not rocket science, is it?
Yep, and it scared Bloomberg so much that he's spent $155+ million supporting people voting yes on Proposition 31.
Wow.
I even made the statement, and we were talking last week or a week before or something about how if every single vapor in the United States donated $1 to support campaigning for people to vote no on Proposition 31, it'd still be no match for the $150+ million that Bloomberg spent.
Well, this is true. It is. I think that, at the end of the day, that's the only reason he's throwing his weight around, isn't it? Because it's in suitcases of money, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mrs. Hunky Vape. And that's true in a lot of states. Mail-in voting ballots are now a reality. And like Pam Spraggin says, the children they say that they want to protect are technically already protected by the law from buying it in the first place. It's already illegal for them to buy it.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's crazy.
And they're stupid enough to think that, if we make it illegal for everybody in the state to have it, it's just going to disappear.
Nope.
How's that cocaine addiction going for people in the state? Does making it illegal and been illegal their entire life change the fact that they use it or not?
Exactly. One rule for one.
That's the problem with prohibition.
Again, thank you to Flavrz. He's just messaged Dusty County Road. The recipe is up on e-liquid under Dusty Road Bergs. There you go. He's sorted you out, sir. Thank you. Well, that's a good point as well, Flavrz. But he stated there, he doesn't understand with the whole vape industry why are the liquid manufacturers not putting 10% of their wholesale price into a fund to fight for the quit smoking? That's a
very good question.
But still a numbers game, isn't it?
And the sad reality is the numbers in the state, the number of manufacturers, the number of shops are literally half of what they were just 2, 3, 4 years ago.
Well,
back when it was in the biggest heyday.
The PMT
and
is that one, it.
Yeah. So it's now like, even more so that the manufacturers aren't fighting it, except for the last few big ones, and they're literally putting their heart and soul into it because They've invested their heart and soul and everything they own into the business as it is.
Base tell, we're still chugging along. You're not that late, mate.
Welcome and hello.
It's fucking bad, man. But like I say, you know, these governments want you to be ill so that, you know, they can make money out of you to being ill and make money out of you dying. Pretty much that's you know, that's unfortunately the way it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I don't know, a lot of the vape shops that I talk to, you know, back 5-6 years ago, they used to give money to the different organizations that were out there fighting for their rights and stuff, but they never got any payback on the money that they gave them.
Yeah.
They never saw any wins. It's only been losses year after year after year after year.
Well, that's a good point there by Ian Thomas. Many got into the industry to make a killing and then left, not interested in helping smokers quit. Yeah, got into it to make money and then fill their bank accounts up, and that was it, away after that. Totally agree with you, bud.
Mm-hmm. There's lots of people that got into this industry, even with the right intentions of, you know, helping people quit smoking, and they made a killing off of the industry.
Yeah.
And where are they now? Look at Jabo. You want to pick a name out of the air? Not that he's anything special compared to these other people that have done the same thing. We could call about heathen. He made his money. Sold the rights to the Hell Vape with the dead rabbit and stuff. And he's still a firefighter making his living, except now he's got a new house to do it in.
Yeah.
But he's nowhere to be found anymore. He bailed a long time ago.
Yeah, it is like it was a quick money making racket in its heyday. You know what I mean? Come in, make a fortune, and bugger off.
My question is, where would we be if everybody pitched in 10% along the way and all worked together to support this cause? Could we have won the political battle in the United States like you guys have it in the UK?
Easily. Of course, good. Definitely. Easy. Not a problem.
It is what it is.
The thing is, like, with the political side in the US, it's all about people throwing suitcases of money at each other, you know what I mean? That's what talks, you know what I mean? So it's not so much, like you say, it's the dollar, it's the money making racket.
And getting back to the very beginning when I went off on my little rant, look at these organizations that are getting boatloads of money. Originally from the cigarette thing, from the PACT Act and whatnot. But here you have this Adagio Health that's literally making boatloads of money, being paid by the federal government or the state government to cover a certain area, you know, like 4 or 5 counties or whatever they cover, to implement these propaganda campaigns.
Oh, no. That's
in the name of, you know, keeping kids away from cigarettes.
And you're talking about that Bloomberg, right? Imagine if he'd done a full 180 and suddenly started hiring money into pro-vaping. How soon do you think everything would be lifted? Do you know what I mean? If he suddenly turned pro-vaping and he hired $150 million or something into a campaign for that, how soon do you think all this would go away? You know what I mean?
Like somebody pointed out to me before, American Heart Association, American Cancer Society, all these organizations have been using tobacco as their cash cow to advocate for healthy living. What happens when something comes along, a disruptive technology that eliminates their cash cow? They're not just going to go away. They need a new target.
Exactly.
And if they, I guarantee you, if they win with vaping and they get completely banned, they'll go after the next thing. Probably be marijuana, or who knows what their next target's going to be.
It is. It's whatever is somebody's devil's advocate, they'll target. Because if they can make money out of it, they'll make money out of it. It doesn't matter what it be. If people start eating dog turd, they would try and make money out of that. You know what I mean? They would tax you on it, for God's sake. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. Oh God.
Another mom of 4 or 5 caught like 3 of her kids vaping and blames the vape industry or big tobacco for her lack of being a parent. Via the Grim Green TV interview on Proposition 31. Yeah. But like we all know from previous experience, if Proposition 31 gets passed, which it probably will because of the mounds of cash that's already been put in there, misinforming the public about everything, and the years and years of misinformation campaigns by multiple organizations, it's inevitability. And what's going to happen is you're going to have a black market because it's not going away.
Then you'll have like that problem pop up again, like them just them bloody cannabis pods coming about. You know you're gonna have that with vape juice if it goes black market, because you're not gonna know what's in that vape juice, and it's like everything else. People want to make money out of it, so they're gonna either thin it out, make it crap or whatever, or put some crap in it to make it thin it out and make it stretch further. So it's going to be totally unregulated, and there could be anything in it. Anything.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, last year, the FDA even was pushing against the problem. The latest craze that started to happen last year was like people putting vitamins and melatonin and all kinds of other, ingredients into the vape, not even having nicotine, just using it as here's a melatonin vape for you. I don't know, is melatonin compatible with your lung tissue about it being absorbed and not building up? I don't know. I don't know the toxicology and the pharmacology behind it, or the biophysiology of it.
There's basically some stuff that just cannot be ingested through your lungs. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they're just riding the fad that's out there about the popularity of it. If politics cared about health, safety, and the environment, they'd ban disposables. But they love disposables because they are so very taxable.
That's simply because they're selling like hotcakes. It's as simple as that. I mean, it's like anything.
Yep. Anti-smoking organizations, if they become irrelevant, if vaping is allowed to flourish,
yeah, that's true.
So they're going to fight for their jobs. Well, you never know what the heck's going to happen in the future. All I know is those of us that have successfully quit smoking are not going back, no matter what. And if you can't get it in your area, I guarantee you there's people over here that will be happy to send you a package to get you along the way and keep you from smoking. And there's plenty of people that are going to do it for profit.
Oh, definitely.
The fact that it's going to go be black market or illegal isn't going to matter.
Jesus, that's how much profit they're making on them flavors. Is just like kind of respond to Turtle's comment. He says, true. He says, when you can buy them wholesale for $2 and sell them here for $35, that's a major issue. Is that the profit they're making on them? Bloody hell. Wow.
It's the economics of the drug war. And it doesn't just apply to nicotine. This applies to any prohibited drug in the world. You know, I've got a game that I play, Ghost Recon Wildlands. And the game is down in South America. In Bolivia is the country that they used for the game. and they have cocaine taking over the whole country, the economics of the whole country. All the farmers have been, changed to coca farmers, and it's funny. And they say that, you get this 200-pound bag of coca leaves here, and it's worth, like $20. And once you process it into cocaine, it's still only worth like $200. But you cross a border and it doubles in price. Cross another border and it doubles in price. By the time it gets to the UK, it's $80,000 worth of product. And into Europe, it's even higher.
Yeah, yeah.
You cannot change the laws of economics. If people can make an easy buck, they're going to make an easy buck. Why work 40 hours a week when you can spend one evening selling whatever it is?
Make a fortune.
Spend $1,000 and make $20,000 in one weekend.
It is exactly what you said. It's made mental. Absolutely crazy.
I don't care how illegal it is. Somebody's going to, if you take that drug dealer, that's why there's 4 of them to replace that guy.
Yep. Quick, fast profit, quick, fast turnover, isn't it?
It is what it is. I wish there was a simple, easy answer, but I've yet to come across any solution that's worked. The closest solution that I've been able to find is Portugal, where they legalized all of that stuff for recreational purposes, and they use it to fund their healthcare system. And, they sell it and tax it, and because it's sold and taxed in a regulated form and it's affordable, then people go buy that, and they don't buy from the black market, and they don't die needlessly from tainted supplies with fentanyl or who knows what.
Well, plus to say it funds, organised crime as well. So, you're taking that away as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
I think that's what the kind of the argument is here in the UK for cannabis. They want it legalised, they want it controlled. They want to pay taxes, etc. on it, but our government will still not entertain it. And yet, all the dealers, underground dealers that's selling it, they're making a small fortune, not paying any taxes or anything at all. It's all profit in their pockets. So, crazy.
And they keep fighting people. They keep people fighting against the idea of it. They have the advocacy groups that are supporting it. They have the advocacy groups that are against it, and they just keep on throwing that fight up in the air. Merchants of doubt from both sides.
There's not a compromise, is there?
There's room for compromise. People just need to sit down and go, let's get something done.
Yeah. I'll give you a compromise. There's a big suitcase of money. Thank you. See ya.
Yeah, and then the cannabis industry comes along and says, you know what? They gave you a suitcase. Here's one that's heavier.
Yeah.
And so the politicians go in there and they sit there and they argue for weeks on end about this, and we're going to legalize this, and we're going to legalize this. Okay, well, if you legalize this, then make this illegal.
Yeah.
So it's still illegal, even if it's legalized, because if you have more than a certain amount, then we still get to keep people in jail and, throw away the key and still make money that way. And we still get to do the lawyers are busy because they're always going to court. But the common man gets to have a little bit of it and pay tax on it. So the government's happy because they're making more money. And nothing ever actually gets solved, and there is no clear-cut answer on anything.
I mean, that's another thing here. Like, the UK are trying to be smoke-free by, 2030, whatever.
2030,
it is, right?
2025.
If that happened, what they're going to tax you on next? Because they make a lot of money on tax on cigarettes. What's the next tax after that?
New Zealand faced that conundrum. They literally lost half their tax revenue in 1 year. And the government's natural position we got to bump the tax up. But the more they bump the tax up, the more people quit and the less tax revenue they have. They need to start looking at the long game. The end game is, this is going to eventually be gone.
I think the way our governments work is to try to outprice the smoker, try to make them not affordable to the smoker by hiking the. I mean, when I started smoking, it was literally just before decimalisation. You could get a pack of 10 cigarettes for 37.5 pence. Right now, 12, 14, 15 pounds, if not more, for a pack of cigarettes. It's good.
Yeah, when I started smoking GPCs, Grandma's personal choice cigarettes, were less than $1.
Exactly. I remember I started smoking when I was at school, and I used to get 50p for me bus fare to school and me dinner. I used to buy my own lunch. I used to go to shopper. Well, over that, the bus fare went out the windows. I used to walk to school, and out of that 50p, there was 37.5 pence went on 10 cigarettes, and the rest went into your local shop that was selling sandwiches, and I used to get a banana stotty bread for 12 pence, and that was your dinner and your fags for the day. Sorted.
Yeah, things have changed quite a bit over the years.
Couldn't do it now.
I'm trying to find my candy cane. Where did I set that thing at? Behind me. That's why. I kept it out of reach, so it wasn't the only thing I vaped today.
Wow. Wait for the smile.
Yeah.
That's the smile. But that's what you can tell.
It just keeps getting better and better.
You see? So there you go, folks. That's Alex's giveaway. If he vapes a juice, no matter what he makes, and a little big beam and smile comes on his face, you know it's good.
You can't hide it. It's that good. It literally is candy cane flavor.
That's going to get
I can't
better.
get over it.
You better
And the
mix
tea
it.
with the honey and lemon is no comparison. Like, it doesn't change this at all. This is such a beautiful flavor. And it's so potent with the candy cane. I'm in heaven. This is good. The rest of the day, I don't need anything else.
All I can say, Flavrz, is when he's went through that, you're probably going to get a lot of orders for candy cane.
Wow. That is fantastic.
That's a good start, then. That's a very good start. Yep. Flavrz just saying that the hidden fruit should have popped a little bit now in it.
The peppermint or the spearmint kind of flavor that I originally got when I first did it is more subdued. It literally tastes like a stick of candy cane. It's fantastic. Everything is perfectly balanced in this.
Oh, thank you for that, Flavrz. There you go, Hunk. Flavrz said he will give you the recipe for private use. The butterscotch custard we send you, you should love. He's going to give you a recipe for private use for us. Oh.
Mm-hmm. They did that for my coffee. Where's the bottle?
Oh my. Ah. Dang. Vanilla bean coffee.
Time to mix up another batch of that. Fantastic.
I hadn't seen another bottle of that candy getting mixed up after the show, so you've got plenty for your daily vape.
I'm good.
I take you like that one then, yeah.
Yep. And after the show, I got a beautifully clean, ready to go arbiter to put it in.
Oh, he's got it in the arbiter.
Yep. And it's going to be used in my reviews this week as well. Finally going to get around to the Dead Rabbit V3.
Ooh, aye.
Bugger, where did it go? I just had the V1, the original Dead Rabbit here.
Oh, I don't know.
Fell on the ground.
Oh. Which one did I?
That's the original one. That's the V1. Bought my local store. Last week we did the V2.
Sure, that's what I've got, I think, the V2.
That's that coffee that we made last week. The espresso.
They're good one, eh?
Keep bouncing in between all these flavors. I never thought, when I first quit smoking, finding your all-day vape is a hunt that you will be on until you find it. When you find something that's so fantastic you can vape that the rest of your life, it's an unbelievable experience. Knowing that you will never ever have to go back to smoking because you found your all-day vape. Doesn't matter what the tanks are, that works in everything that you have. And some of them it's a little bit better, some of it's okay, but you can literally vape it all the time. And now that I've gotten into DIY and I've come across a handful of recipes that are truly capable and worthy of being called an all-day vape potential, it's like this candy cane. When I quit smoking with candy cane, I thought I'd never find an actual candy cane that would be close to it. I've got candy cane flavors here, and I've mixed up bottles of it, and it was okay. It was just, all right, a candy cane. This candy cane doesn't have that chocolate note that my original juice did, but it is so true to being a candy cane flavor that's an all-day vape for me. I've literally got dozens now of juices that I can literally turn to at any point in time.
I think that's kind of part of the thing as well. If you've got to find a juice that does exactly what it says on the tin, then that's a candidate for an all-day vape. You know what I mean? If the description of the flavor on that juice matches exactly the taste you're expecting, you can't go wrong, can you?
Here's one. Mayogi's Pine Orange Popsicle. Exactly what it tastes like.
Really?
I'm not a super fan of pineapple, orange, and popsicle, but I could vape this all day if that was my only choice.
Yeah.
If I got sent to a deserted island with this and a pack of cigarettes, I'd never smoke that pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
I could get used to this as an all-day vape. It's not my first choice, but it's a fantastic recipe. The Mayogi's cappuccino cream we made, that's a fantastic recipe. I could vape that every day.
Same with this stuff there. Like I said, this Hulk's blood I got for the wife. I bought a litre bottle of it. I'm vaping the arse off it now. I'm quite liking it. That's what I mean.
It's surprising. You'll taste something and go, oh, that one's all right. But the more you vape it, the more it grows on you, and it's like...
Yeah, that's exactly what it's done. When I first thought, it's not quite my profile, but it's doable. And then obviously, this is actually not bad, this.
Have you ever tried watermelon peach? Phil Basardo's juice? from the
No,
Unsalted line?
I haven't. No.
I ordered a jar of that from Canada. And let me tell you, it's one of those juices when you first taste it, it's like, oh, all right, it's okay. There's something I can't identify in here. And the more you vape it, the more it's like, I could freaking vape this every day. It really grows on you. It's just abstract enough that you recognize the flavor, but there's something else that just keeps you hooked in there. It's not the nicotine.
Like I said, there's a few flavors I found that would be normally way off my radar or out of my comfort zone, and I've sat there and I've thought, nah, I can get used to this. And, 120 ml later, it's gone, and I'm thinking that was all right. Good stuff, man. That's part of, like I say, that's part and parcel of the vaping, the amount of flavours that's available. Even like you say, something you think, I wouldn't touch that with a barge pole, and then you give it a go, and then there you are, you know what I mean? Happy days.
Yeah, and there's been so many flavors I've come across that, green apple was never something that I was really interested in until I found squeezed green apple. This thing literally tastes like you bit into a green apple. It gives you so much of an apple mouth feel that the flavor's irrelevant. You know how they got that. I don't know if it's a pear or what they're doing to give you that mouth feel. It's just the sweetness and the tartness that literally coats the entire surface of your mouth.
Yeah. It's like
unbelievable. But their peach wasn't as true to flavor as their apple. It was a good peach, but it didn't give you that mouth-watering sensation like biting into a juicy peach.
I think some fruits in that, like I say, like the green apple, the early stuff would have been a little way off, but as time progresses, they do get better and better and better at actually replicating the actual flavour, and I think that will come with time with other fruit-based stuff, you know what I mean? Because you do get the real flavour of the fruit, or you can get like a candy version of the fruit, you know what I mean? So I think they're getting better and better.
Thank you for stopping by. Very much appreciate the package flavors.
Yes.
6 a.m.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, it's your time zone there. You must be dead on your arse.
Yes, the V3, from what I've seen so far, I haven't vaped it, but the deck that's on there, just a market improvement. It's a completely different tank. I don't know why the heck they call it a V3. I mean, that's truly just milking the Dead Rabbit name at that point. It's a unique tank in itself.
I think they have anyway, really. Dead Rabbit's being...
Yeah, but you could see that from the V1 to the V2, it's literally the exact same tank, just some minor tweaks to fix all the problems with it. That's a true evolution from a V1. The V3 is like... Just because it's got the little rabbit ear deck, that's gone. So why is it a dead rabbit?
I think that's why sometimes I don't buy like the next version up, because the change between one version and another could be nothing noticeable. You know what I mean?
Where's the dead rabbit?
Yeah.
That's a fantastic design. I love the airflow on it. I think this is going to vape beautifully, but I don't see how this is a dead rabbit. Just a beautiful RTA.
That's all right. Very nice. I don't know where I put mine.
All right, let me go take a look and see what we've covered today. I think we pretty much covered it all. It's been 3 hours we've been going.
Again.
It's just unbelievable how time flies when we do this.
Well, you know, time flies when you're having fun, guys. Time flies when you're having fun.
I don't know. Oh, the Poochies are here.
Oh.
Hey, Chester. What's wrong?
The smell
Right?
of that candy.
It came up for the candy cane. Oh. Space Turtle says, how many dead rabbits till you got a rabbit graveyard? That'll be the name of the fourth variation.
The graveyard. V4.
Space Turtle says he vapes green apple splatters from drip hacks every day in his car.
That was all right.
He also found an apple donut that tastes one-on-one. The Helmheim S. I never got my hands on that. I got the Wife's Arbiter 2 here. I'm cleaning it out, putting new coils in there.
Oh, hi.
Well, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to wrap this up for today. Got a beautiful candy cane.
With your candy. That's what it is, man. He wants to bugger off and get another cuppa with his candy cane. That's all it is.
I can't help it.
I love it.
Next, you'll start hearing some Christmas music in the background.
Yep.
Starting getting it intermixed in there.
Love it.
Fantastic.
See, you've got your candy cane. Now you've got your Christmas cake to go on with it. You know what I mean? What more can you say? Eh?
Now it's time to go make a big pot of chili with some honey cornbread.
Honey cornbread and chili. I think I'm having KFC night tonight. I think it is for our lot. KFC night.
I love KFC. My wife makes a KFC bowl that's better than KFC's.
Really?
Yep.
I like the rice box. That's what they do with the rice box over here, and I absolutely love it. Rice box.
Well, I've never seen a rice box there, but then again, it's been a long time since I've actually bought the stuff there. I mean, a couple times I've gone through the drive-thru.
Oh, rice box, like Mexican rice, bit of salad, and then obviously your chicken fillets on the top, and you get them spicy. Oh God, delicious.
That does sound really good.
It really is filling. It's like healthy and not healthy at the same time.
Maybe that's why I love my wife's KFC bowl so much more. You know, you get that loaded mash inside there, and you get corn, and then there's some gravy on it, and then the little chicken cutlets on it.
That sounds nice.
You just sit there and eat it with a spoon.
Oh yeah. No, you just go.
No plate necessary. Space Turtle says he finally got his Fast Tech order to get past customs. It only took him 2 weeks.
2 weeks, wow.
I hope your Flavrz package doesn't take 2 weeks to get to you.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's happening.
I've had stuff get lost in the mail before too, so you never know.
It wouldn't surprise me, you know, with this our UK government crap and customs. It wouldn't surprise if they've made life difficult. You know what I mean? They managed to mess everything up else up in this bloody godforsaken country. So it's just a matter of time for anything else.
I can't believe how well that pairs with this tea.
I can't see the problem. There's no issues with vaping in the UK. It's perfectly legal in the UK.
Yeah.
Flavors are perfectly legal in the UK. So why the hell reduce it in the bloody customs?
They want that pile of cash.
That's where. Oh, this is taxable. Not bad. Wines. What do you do, eh?
Not what you can do.
Capitalist wines they are.
Japanese cotton, it's $2 per bag in the US, $22 per bag in the UK.
Wow.
Mallory Gates is waiting on her health cabin order. It's a Dovepo MVV2. Landed at LAX.
Oh, they're a cracking mod then. I've got a Dovepo MVV. I don't know if it's a 2 or it's original, but they're an awesome mod. Like a gold, they've got like the black. Like, oh, cracking mod. Really good mod.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I would have to keep looking behind.
Dig it up. You can show it off. You can show it off next week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I keep looking behind, thinking I'm going to pick something off a shelf, you know, and there's just... This is just all purely fake, you know, it's a green screen. I'm just going to slip behind.
Here, let me put the echo back on your voice. Sounds like, you know, you're in the closet or in the basement. I almost played off on that last week, too, when you came on and the echo was on. I'm like, listen, they're going to find out you're living in a basement. You're not actually in England.
The cave.
Oh, man.
I live in a solar-powered cave.
And if you're good, you can have KFC tomorrow, too.
So once is enough. Good old home cooking tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for today.
Awesome. Been a good show, guys.
I really appreciate you being on here with us. I can't wait for you to get your package so that you can try these wonderful and delicious flavors.
Oh, I'm going to be dancing all over here.
Definitely want to thank Darren for this beautiful package that he sent out to both of us. Looking forward to trying these out in different recipes. And I'm going to be vaping this the rest of the day.
I know what you're interested in.
That's it for me. My message is always peace, love, and a hunky vape to end cigarette combustion. Over to you, Kenny.
Again, thank you everybody in chat again for popping in, joining us. Again, thank you to Flavrz, absolutely awesome guy. Again, where's the time gone? Another awesome show. Thank you to Alex for having me on, as always. I don't know how he puts up with us, or I put up with him, whichever way you want to look at it. And again, guys, same place, same time next week. Take care to you all. Bye.
Have a great day, everyone.
You put smiles on everyone. I think of you and of all I should have done. It don't mean a thing what shape or form that you're in, the place you're from, the wealth or the color of your skin. And all you have burns to the sky. It's all too late, and you wonder why you really are. Your every day is a struggle and a strife. But don't you agree?